into the atmosphere. Spirit of God, you're here. You have all authority. I pray over my heart and mind. I am healed by your stripes. Your blood declares that I am free. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray, calling on the power of heaven. I proclaim every weapon formed against me must break. In the mighty name of Jesus, I know
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
to come near my family. No scheme could ever undo God's plans. No matter the circumstance, the cross has sealed my destiny. 'Cause in the mighty name of Jesus, I pray, calling on the power of heaven. I proclaim every weapon formed against me must break. In the mighty name of Jesus, in the mighty name of Jesus, I know all the power of fear and darkness.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
In the mighty name of Jesus, I will not fear, I will not fear.
I will not fear. I will not fear. When the enemy comes near, on the doorframe of my life is the blood of Jesus Christ. In the mighty name of Jesus, I know all the power of fear and darkness must go, because every key to every victory I hold in the mighty name of Jesus. 25 after 6, Thursday morning, 97.3 Citi FM. Good morning to you and welcome to a brand new day. It's not just a beautiful song, it's a powerful declaration. We will not fear. Oh yeah. Think about how many times you've read, your faith has saved you. There's been a number of times. If you look through scripture, there was the woman with the flow of blood. The master said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace." There was a Canaanite woman. He told, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." There was another woman who was said to be a sinner. He says, "Your sins are forgiven. Your faith has saved you. Go in peace." Now there was the mighty Roman military officer who had gone seeking healing for his servant. His faith had moved the master. He said, "I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." On this Thursday morning, I don't know what your fears are, but I want to urge you to superimpose your faith over your fears. Rise up, get going. Don't let your fears hold you back. Some are listening to me and their workspace is toxic. It's a cabal of criminals who are just stealing and engaging themselves in corrupt activities. You want to be different and you're being threatened. Others have been posted to some rural areas. There is no sign of life at all, and you're wondering what is going to come out of here. You're thinking of moving back to somewhere better. You've got what it takes to transform things. So believe in yourself. Believe you've got what it takes. Now let me share with you something a man called William Hesse Davis wrote many years ago that should help you. The circumstance amid which you live determine your reputation. The truth you believe determines your character. Reputation is what you are supposed to be. Character is what you are. Reputation is the photograph. Character is the face. Reputation comes over one from without. Character grows up from within. Reputation is what you have when you come to a new community. Character is what you have when you go away. Your reputation is made in a moment. Your character is built in a lifetime. Your reputation is learned in an hour. Your character does not come to light for a year. Reputation grows like a mushroom. Character lasts like eternity. Reputation makes you rich or makes you poor. Character makes you happy or makes you miserable. Reputation is what men say about you on your tombstone. Character is what the angels say about you before the throne of God. When you build your faith, you leave a legacy of strong character, and your reputation will be the icing on the cake. So I know many are investing in their image, taking wonderful portraits, posting themselves out on billboards and social media. While all that is true, build your character. And part of character building is an inside job. It requires a lot of faith in the face of the storm, building the resilience to say no to wrong, and not just saying no, but saying yes to doing the right thing. This morning, you have a fine reminder that you are able to do it. Not just go for what people write on the tombstone when you are gone, but what the angels will say about you before the throne of God. Think about it. Business Sense brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank says if you've got great dreams, then we've got you as well. We have the Access W we are bringing to you in partnership with the WCI Forum. We're inviting you to Istanbul, Turkey for a lifetime of business experience. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, go-getters, Istanbul is calling. Join us for a premium international business adventure from August 11 to 18. It's packed with B2B meetings, industrial zone and showroom tours, visits to top companies from across sectors. You have an opportunity for shopping in Istanbul, sightseeing, and a Bosphorus yacht cruise. Double occupancy $2,500, single $2,800. It's an all-inclusive package, covers your visa, your return tickets, your hotel, all business events, travel insurance, airport transfers, among others. Limited slots are available, so secure your seat today and explore fresh business opportunities on the global stage. Call Jemima now on 057-973-4663, 057-973-4663. Access W, inspiring, connecting, empowering. Access Bank is more than banking. Welcome to a brand new show, 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Caleb Kuda. Join us. It's an interactive show, 0549-986-996. We're bringing you the news review shortly. Get interactive.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kese promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, For Beji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class and so. For Beji, you see what 250 Ghana series can do for you? And Gasakra. For Beji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
You gotta get up and make a move. No, they don't really care what you're going through. So you gotta show them, baby. You gotta show them the real you. You gotta give them what you've got. No, don't let them see what you're not, 'cause you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel?
We're getting into the news review shortly. Fidelity Bank is helping us bring you that from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future. We're here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Believe with us.
And you will find people who help redesign you. People will find you, but they don't define.
35 after 6. Good morning to Richard de la Sky.
Good morning, Talk You Guy like your phone number.
Amanu Baba Sogbo and Bernardino Koku Able.
Morning, Caleb.
Good morning, Bernard. It's Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah,
the week,
Gradually.
my day.
the week is about to end.
Yeah, man. And the month too is buoying Kev.
Yeah.
So for us, even though the week is ending, we always have something. Last weekend we are covering Ablekuma North.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
This Saturday MPP is doing a conference. So this
yeah.
week you can't catch a break. Whether it's weekday or weekend, every day is challenging.
Yeah, did it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So
Yeah.
a busy weekend for most all journalists covering the political parties.
You should make us rest more.
Charlie,
You know, as the lawyers have the legal vacation.
Charlie, we should have media vacation.
Straight from the election, you would think after the election, you get some break, then appointments count, then
Some way,
to
it's
along
not
the
good.
way.
It's not healthy.
Oh, Charlie.
So National Labour Commission, please.
Declare a month of like we have the close season for the fish.
Yes.
So the GJ president should take the key and lock and say we are going for 1 month.
My fear is that by the time we come and the scandals will be plenty.
Nothing will happen.
Okay.
There's no work in Ghana that if you stop it. Maybe except police or something. But those people, apart from the essential, everybody can go and sleep.
You.
But you remember when, of course, we have to thank God, but in the military times, it was only GBC. people didn't die.
That's true. That's true.
It was only Ghana Muntie. We live life normal. Yeah. So sometimes you ask yourself, Charlie, when you know who here?
Daily Guy says this morning, NDC bigwigs hot over Galamsey. Yamin is here on the front page, and Abanga is also here. And he says that if he's found culpable, he will resign his office.
Okay.
Also, Parliament passes fisheries bail. 2 arrested for posing as gold tax force members.
Right.
Okay, I will use the High Street Journal. Stable cedi but scarce dollars. Importers forced to patronize black market as banks defy BOG's official rate. Big story. Other stories: why old and faulty wiring is driving up your electricity bills. My brother, are you listening? Meanwhile, GSS urges businesses to rethink pricing as producer price inflation also drops.
Okay.
And then Star Oil's half-year contribution explained. Now they are the largest OMC in Ghana, overtaking Goil. Those are some of the stories in the High Street Journal.
Okay, let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. No power outages. Energy Minister talking here on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Also, fight against illegal mining given impetus as AG directs Yoko to investigate individuals involved. We saw that yesterday. And Kejetia Market Project give displaced traders first. President Mahama is directing the folks managing
The Daily Graphic. Families want state support for autism care. GT Bank's efforts commended. Monday workshop focuses on inclusion and acceptance. So that's a good social story there. Also, over $227 million of ECG contracts terminated. This is John Jinapo is threatening to be the new Terminator. $227 million of ECG contracts terminated. Meanwhile, Mustafa Hamid, 9 others charged for extorting 280 million cedis from oil companies. And then teacher licensure exam phases out on August 30.
The Chronicle says fuel prices shoot up as Doomsaw levy kicks in. Also, child custody blues. Father wants Baba Sam jailed. And NDC bigwigs condemn top-down flag bearer election. It's actually MPP, and they are condemning top-down flag bearer election plan.
CityNewsroom.com, the OSP charges Mustafa Hamid 9 others in 280 million Ghana cedi scandal. Also, GSS to businesses. Cut prices, innovate, and pass savings to consumers. I support that with 10 bags of cement. Meanwhile, Kwachi Ofosu dismisses minorities call for probe into Ablikuma North violence. Police seize over 400 boxes of tramadol in Tamale drug bust. 400 boxes. Meanwhile, trotro driver arrested after crashing into the wall at Akufado's Nima residence.
That area, how would you be driving to even, what speed?
Maybe he was on tramadol. And I don't know. And then Abanga is denying Galamsey involvement. He says, I've never been involved in Galamsey activities. Then there's another quick one here. Fitch expects policy rate to hold at 28% as BOG convenes emergency meeting today.
The Daybreak newspaper also talks about this Baba Sam story. Says that child custody row, Baba boyfriend flee with child. Also on the front page this morning, Vice President's residence hosted Kevin Taylor after secret arrival. That's coming in from Paul Adom Ochri. And OSP declares Oforiata's chef de cabinet wanted.
Okay, the Channel 1 News, the Mustafa Hamid story is leading. Also, EduWatch says Ghana scholarship scheme serves political elite and not the public. Meanwhile, government directs Ghana Gas to cut spending and refocus on its core mandate. And then Arocha welcomes Yoko's Galamsey probe, warns against cover-up. Meanwhile, there's a release from the Citizen Watch group who are asking for the consideration of the scholarship bill to be frozen for broader civil society consultation.
The Metro Lens says IGP Yohonu submits report on 2020-2024 election-related killings and violence. Also on the front page this morning, Kwewu is not at war. Let the war drums fall silent. And some other stories on the front page.
My jaw online, Akufo-Addo's government did very well in handling the economy. This is Freddie Blay. Also, government will restore Boku Naba statue, Defense Minister Mani Boama. In other stories, OSP declares former Finance Ministry advisor wanted over SML corruption probe. And then see areas that will be affected by ECG's planned maintenance today, July 17.
Let me take you to the overseer. The big story, ADB Lord's Government Feed Ghana initiative. And then there's a story here. Stop photocopying Ghana cards. for verification, NIA to institutions. So even if you go to the banks and they say they want to photocopy, please resist it. This is according to the NIA.
Meanwhile, if you go to Star FM online, Ghana Hajj Task Force refused Mahama Yariga's claim of missing pilgrims. Also, 2 pilgrims from Baku Central still missing weeks after Hajj. So these are there was a woman who was supposedly dead, but came back to Medina to Skate. So this Hajj matter. So the majority leader is making some claims about 2 pilgrims missing.
Yeah, and
the task force is also refuting these. 2 arrested for posing as Gold Board Task Force members. This impersonation of whether Galamsey Task Force or Gold Board Task Force, you have to look inside very well. Meanwhile, Mahama promises to commission planned Kumasi Accra Expressway before 2029.
Okay, you open the road.
Yes.
Or he's going to get contractors to start work, which is with the commission in what context?
Maybe I can read that for
we
you.
don't use it properly in Ghana.
So President Mahama says the iconic 6-lane Kumasi Accra Expressway will be ready. Will be ready, which means you can ride on it before the end of 2029.
Okay, that's good.
But his term ends on 7 January 2029.
Yes.
He said before that term, inshallah,
we
will drive. You and I will drive. We'll be cruising.
No, we'll be driving forward.
I'll be
No.
You'll be coming to Kumasi.
You have job.
He said he will do it. He go do his photograph here with General Mosquito sitting behind him. And then Muntaka sitting left, and some man clean his eye. He be like the guy, something enter his eye, so they clean out.
My
the
word.
cameraman caught him.
So let me take you to channel1news.com.
Yes, I did some of the stories there already.
You did some,
so
that's
maybe
true.
Take me to the
Citi
international
Neutral International, that's
rather.
correct.
Yes.
If you go to BBC,
Yes, please. Yes, please. What are they saying?
BBC says Israel bombs Syria as more than 90 Palestinians killed in Gaza in 24 hours. 50 people killed, injured in huge fire at hypermarket in Iraq's Quds. Trump administration pulls $4 billion in funds for high-speed rail in California. And then U.S. losing ground to China due to Trump's policies. Democrats are warning. And then if you go to CNN...
But let me give you some Bloomberg stories
Yes.
on business. Trump is eyeing a tariff rate of between 10 and 15% for more than 150 countries.
True.
Are we part of the world?
Oh, Basa, you there inside? Meanwhile, UK firms cut jobs. Wage growth slows in cooling labor market. So the UK too is struggling. Meanwhile, Germany is rejecting EU's €2 trillion budget plan as maneuvers begin. Everybody is taking position. My brother, take me to CNN.
Yeah, over here they're talking about Air India crash rekindles debate over cockpit video recorders. And then after Israeli strikes on Damascus, Syria withdraws troops from Suwaida city to avoid open war. And then also Trump's erratic behavior explains his low poll numbers. Now we are told on the BBC that babies made using 3 people's DNA are born free of hereditary diseases.
Hey.
So scientists are putting
You beg,
together
oh. 3 people's
DNA
DNA to
from
create
3
a
different
baby.
people
Ah,
to
dang.
create babies.
Oh boy.
They say they are more resilient.
Let's take challenge. Let's take challenge. Let's take.
Science adds to progress of man.
Oh, my
Hey, you
brother.
lah.
Hey, you.
Amazing.
So, me no me a blame. Let's go to allafrica.com. Allafrica.com has a couple of stories that are interesting. Angolans are staging a mass protest over soaring cost of living. They are one of Africa's largest oil producers. People are not happy in that country.
Okay.
And then their military is deepening its grip and it threatens Uganda's democracy, according to a report. We're also told that Rwanda has discovered new lithium in what is described as a world-class find.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to start with this story.
Which story is that?
Stable cedi, but scarce dollars. Importers forced to patronize black market as banks defy BOG's official rate. Now,
They
this
say BOG has the rate, but Bochi has the dollar.
despite a stable official exchange rate of 10.3 cedis per dollar, Ghanaian importers face severe dollar shortages as banks forcing reliance on the black market, driving up costs and threatening economic stability and inflation. So the story basically is by Frederick Adai Kwarting. Says a stark contradiction is crippling Ghanaian businesses engaged in importation as the group is bemoaning an alarming trend of a purported shortage of dollars at the various commercial banks.
Okay.
Now the association says it has observed that the Bank of Ghana proudly announced a stabilized cedi officially pegged at 10.3 to the US dollar. Businesses say there's a growing trend of their inability to actually buy dollars at any bank at this rate, forcing them to the arms of a black market charging over 13 cedis per dollar. This glaring gap between official pronouncement and market reality, described as deeply worrying and not business friendly by importers, threatens to reverse recent economic gains and fuel inflation, undermine the very stability the BOT claims to have achieved. Now, this is the background. In a strongly worded press release, importers represented by Robert Tetenote, convener, and Francis Otibuatin, secretary, detailed the crisis. Now, we will give you the details soon.
Yeah.
I want to give you another one.
The GSS one.
They are urging businesses to rethink pricing.
That's right.
Because officially, producer price. So this is the thing that happened. Official figures are nice.
Yes.
But the people on the ground, they have their own. They are doing their own thing. So GSS is urging businesses to reassess pricing strategies as June producer inflation drops to 5.9%.
Yeah.
Offering opportunity for innovation amid falling input costs and tighter margins. Now, the Ghana Statistical Service is encouraging businesses to reassess their pricing strategies and renegotiate supply contracts following a continued drop in producer price inflation. Now, this call comes as the PPI, as it's called, for June, shows a significant decline to 5.9% year on year, the lowest rate recorded since November 2023. Right? According to the Statistical Service, it has dropped from 10% in May, 5.9 in June, compared to 26% in the same month last year. Right? But in an advisory to business community, the GSS noted that falling production costs present a unique opportunity for firms to rethink how they price their goods, structure their contracts, and manage their operational costs. Because, people are not feeling the price, the downward price trend in their pockets.
That's much.
This is what the GSS is complaining about.
Okay, Bernard, quickly, yesterday we told you that the Doomsor levy was kicking in.
Yeah.
So today, the Chronicle did a follow-up as the lead story. Fuel prices shoot up as Doomsor levy kicks in. And Max Olufuri, somewhere in the story, he says, on Wednesday, July 2, 2025, Ghana Oil sold petrol for 12.07 Ghana cedis and diesel for 13.20 Ghana cedis. However, yesterday, the prices increased, with petrol selling at 12.88 Ghana cedis and diesel at 14.38 Ghana cedis. Now, the increase is in contrast with the assurances from the government that the introduction of the D-levy would not affect fuel prices.
Okay.
That's just for you to chew on.
Right.
But if you stay with the energy sector, you go to the Ghanaian Times newspaper, Agnes Opoku is reporting that the Minister of Energy is telling us that there will not be any power outages. Ghana will not face power outages again due to progress made by the Electricity Company of Ghana. The Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Mr. John Abdullah Jinapo, has assured the country. Now, he said ongoing reforms, including the replacement of faulty transformers and new billing systems and efforts to clean up contracts and procurement processes, has stabilized electricity supply in.
Meanwhile, he says over $227 million of ECG contracts have been terminated.
Okay.
So the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, the same gentleman whose name you mentioned, John Abdullah Jinapo, says that they have terminated 202 supply contracts of the ECG after the suppliers failed to deliver, after the suppliers failed to deliver goods on schedule. The minister, who made this known in a cry yesterday, said the terminated contracts, which were quoted in various currencies, were worth $227.6 million, 1.17 million euro, and 4.08 million. I think it's also euro. Okay, so 1.17 million pounds and 4.08 million euro. Speaking at the Government Accountability Series press briefing at the Jubilee House, the Minister for Energy and Green Transition said the move was part of a broader effort to reduce ECG's contingency liabilities and improve cost efficiency.
Okay, so let me take you to citynewsroom.com. OSP charges Mustafa Hamid 9 others in 280 million Ghana cedi scandal. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has charged 7 individuals and 3 companies in connection with a sprawling $280 million Ghana cedi extortion and money laundering scheme allegedly perpetrated within the National Petroleum Authority. Citi. Now, the accused include former chief executive of the NPA, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, along with other current and former staff of the authority and directors of private companies believed to have facilitated the laundering of illicit proceeds. Now, according to a statement from the OSP, the charges follow extensive investigations launched in late 2024 into the diversion of public funds and collusion between NPA officials and certain oil marketing and bulk distribution companies. So the names of the other accused and companies are all stated here. You can get the details on citynewsroom.com.
Sky,
Okay, now
let's go to your story. I have two education stories, but let's come to you first.
Okay, so there are a number of stories that I want to draw your attention to.
Yeah.
So, for instance, NDC bigwigs hot over Galamsey. You know, we brought you that story yesterday, but basically, there's some further work done by the Daily Guide on it. So, Jibril Abdul Razak says the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominica Yine, has directed the Economic and Organized Crime Office to investigate allegations of illegal mining made against two officials of the governing National Democratic Congress. Now, the AG, in a letter dated July 15, 2025, named NDC National Organizer Joseph Yamin and third Vice Chairman Yakubu Abanga as the persons of interest who are to be investigated for their alleged involvement in Galamsey and related activities. And yesterday we heard from Abanga, who says that he resigned his position as National Vice Chair of the NDC if he is found culpable.
So he's denied. There's also another denial where the CEO of Adamus Resources
we brought you
denying fraud allegations. Again, we were told that there was some Iyoko referral to this matter. So let me just bring you the Chief Executive Officer of Adamus Resources, Mrs. Angela List, and Adamus has denied allegations filed against her and the company by one Michael Benzishi with the Iyoko. According to her, the company has categorically denied the false and malicious allegations of fraud under false pretenses, misrepresentation, and regulatory violations, which has since been widely reported by several media outlets. So she put out a statement. In fact, so the company put out a statement that she signed. And copied to the Ghanaian Times, noted that the claims are baseless, and then goes on to make some other denials.
Exactly.
Now let me give you two education stories. And there are a couple of bills happening in Parliament. Okay. There's an urgent letter written by the Citizens Coalition asking for the suspension of the Scholarship Authority Bill to allow for stakeholder consultation. The statement is signed by Kofi Asare, Executive Director of the Africa Education Watch, and Dr. Kojo Asante, Director of Partnerships and Policy Engagement, CDD. Let me read some of the portions. We, the Citizens Coalition, a group of public interest civil society organizations and eminent citizens, call on Parliament to suspend further consideration of the Scholarship Authority Bill, which we discussed 2 days ago, which is currently before the House under Certificate of Urgency. While we commend the government for this laudable effort to strengthen the legal and institutional framework for scholarship management in Ghana, there is no emergency in the management of scholarships that justifies the application of a certificate of urgency of this all-important bill. The need for reform is undeniable, yet the bill in its current form does not adequately address the structural weaknesses of the existing scholarship regime. Rather than remedying the prevailing opacity, nepotism, and political interference, it risks institutionalizing them. We are convinced that the proposed legislation falls short of establishing a transparent, accountable, and merit-based system consistent with global best practice in public scholarship management. Consequently, genuine reform must begin with broad stakeholder engagement, including student and youth groups, tertiary institutions, civil society organizations, and development partners. They therefore call on Parliament to allow sufficient time for meaningful consultation to be undertaken. A law that shapes access to academic and professional opportunity for generations of Ghanaians must not be passed in haste. It must be informed, inclusive, and legitimate.
Nice one.
Quickly though, let me just draw your attention to a related story. If you go to the back page of the Ghanaian Times, no teacher should retire homeless. This is coming in from the Minister for the sector, Haruna Idris. If you're interested in that story, please grab a copy.
And then finally on education, reinstatement of PTAs has been done. So GS has issued a release that they are informing the general public, particularly parents, teachers, and stakeholders in the education sector, of the directive from His Excellency the President on the full reinstatement of PTAs in all pre-tertiary schools across the country.
But let me take you back to mining briefly. If you go to page 5 of the Metro Lens newspaper, over 20 people are reportedly trapped, 4 dead in a Chim-Wenchi Galamsey pit collapse. Now the story says a devastating mining pit collapse occurred at a Chim-Wenchi in the Denchembo district of the Eastern region, resulting in the deaths of 4 young men, with approximately 20 others believed to be trapped under ground. Now, the incident happened around 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, July 16, 2025, just yesterday. Now, rescue efforts are underway with personnel from the National Disaster Management Organization, Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, and the ambulance service working tirelessly to save those trapped. However, the unstable nature of the collapse site is hindering rescue.
Meanwhile, an Alhaji has been arrested in Tamale for unlawfully possessing and selling restricted pharmaceutical drugs in the Northern Regional Capital.
Okay.
A search at his shop revealed 368 blisters of tramadol and 298 blisters of tramaking.
Okay.
Both powerful opioids restricted under Ghanaian law.
Okay.
The arrest, which occurred Tuesday, July 15, around 1:30 p.m., followed the intelligence-led operation at Victory Cinema near Abu Abu, where the suspect operates over-the-counter chemical shop. And his name is Alhaji Abdullahi Sayuti.
Okay.
And the offense is unlawful possession and sale of restricted pharmaceutical drugs in Tamale.
So from the north, let's go close to Nima, because somebody wanted to run into
the guy rammed this car. No, it's on. It's
here, but it's
a man drove his car into Akufo-Addo's wall.
Yes.
Truck driver arrested for crashing into Akufo-Addo's Nima residence wall. So that's the.
Was it in the night or in the day?
In the evening. The video showed that it was
don't sleep.
That's the matter.
Some don't sleep. They go, because they have to pay the master before they make their own margin. It's a lot of problems.
But why has the story gone missing?
No, it was in the paper you were reading.
Okay, so I have it now.
Yes.
The story says. Okay, read it.
Truck driver has been arrested after crashing his vehicle into the wall of former President Akufo-Addo's private residence in Nima, Accra. The incident, which occurred on Wednesday evening, July 16, caused a stir in the neighborhood and triggered a swift response from security personnel stationed at the residence. Although the exact cause of the crash is yet to be established, the driver was taken into custody at the scene and is currently assisting police with investigations.
That's some way curious.
That was the newspaper review.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And Ashika Caesar is in with the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by EcoBank and MTN. Nashika Caesar, what's happening today?
And Goyle. You always forget
and Goyle. Forgive me, Goyle. Nashika, thank you. Good morning.
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goyle and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Fitch Solutions expect policy rate to hold at 28% as Bank of Ghana convenes emergency MPC meeting later today. Also coming up, special prosecutor charges former NPA boss Mustafa Abdul Hamid and 7 others 280 million cedis scandal. And later, Ghana Statistical Service calls on businesses to rethink their approach to pricing as producer costs drop for 5th consecutive month. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. As the Bank of Ghana convenes an emergency session of its Monetary Policy Committee today to assess recent economic trends, Fitch Solutions anticipate that the central bank will keep its benchmark policy rate unchanged at 28% during the July meeting, despite growing evidence of a cooling inflationary environment and mounting calls for monetary easing.
Research arm of the rating agency believes policymakers will likely seek clearer confirmation of a sustained downturn in inflation before initiating a rate-cutting cycle. The central bank took markets by surprise in March with a 100 basis point hike, attributing the move to lingering inflationary pressures. However, Fitch now forecasts that the Bank of Ghana could begin lowering rates from September, assuming current macroeconomic conditions remain favorable. If, however, the Monetary Policy Committee decides to begin easing this month, Fitch estimates the policy rate could drop to between 24% and 25% by year end, below its current projection of 26%. Headline inflation fell to 13.7% in June, reducing the gap between inflation and the policy rate. This has left the country with one of the highest real interest rates among African frontier economies, as the central bank maintains a tight monetary stance. The ongoing disinflation trend has been supported by a relatively stable Citi and strong external sector. Since May, the currency has held steady, bolstered by a build-up in international reserves. This reserve growth has been largely driven by rising gold export revenues and elevated gold prices amid continued geopolitical uncertainty and strong central bank demand for the precious mineral.
Emmanuel Opong with that report. Still on the Bank of Ghana, the business community is calling on the central bank to further reduce the policy rate following recent positive economic development, including a decline in inflation and a stronger Ghana cedi. According to industry players, the current economic trajectory provides an opportunity to ease borrowing costs for businesses, which they say will stimulate growth and job creation. In an interview with Citi Business News, President of AGI's Greater Accra chapter, Chona Makwelo, said these gains should translate into more favorable monetary policies.
Given that the producer price inflation is going down, and given that the cedi is appreciating against the dollar, our hope is that the policy rate will be reduced significantly to reflect the realities of the economy. Because currently, the policy rate as it is very high, and that affects the interest rate that we borrow from the bank. And so if the policy rate is highly determinant on the inflation rate, which is what we're told by the central bank, it makes sense that while the inflation rate is going down, the policy rate will also go down significantly. So our hope is that the policy rate will go down significantly, and that will allow a lot more loanable funds to be accessed by businesses for expansion purposes and for the growth of the economy.
Chona Makwelo is president of AGI's Greater Accra chapter. As the producer cost drop for a fifth consecutive month, the Ghana Statistical Service is urging businesses to go beyond price adjustment and rethink their approach to pricing, strategy and innovation. The call comes as new data shows that inflation at the producer level slowed significantly in June 2025, but the GSS wants to ensure those cost reductions translate into real relief for consumers. There's more on the following report.
According to the latest Producer Price Index report, year-on-year producer inflation fell to 5.9% in June 2025, down from the 10.1% in May, making it the lowest rate since November 2023. On a month-on-month basis, producer prices declined 1.4%, meaning that the average prices producers received for their goods and services in June were lower than in May. The transport and hospitality services have already seen notable price drops. Transport inflation declined further to negative 7.0%, while prices in accommodation and food services swung sharply from a 6.5% rise to a 2.7% drop, a significant turnaround. The Ghana Statistical Service also issued a strong message to government and consumers. To policymakers, it recommended lock in stability, boost production, and support key sectors with smart incentive to drive demand, protect jobs, and keep the momentum strong. And for households still navigating high costs despite falling producer prices, the Ghana Statistical Service offered this reminder. It says, watch prices closely. If producer costs are falling, retail prices should too, or else remain constant. Buy smart, question markups, and support brands that pass savings on. While factory gate prices continue to decline, the real question is whether businesses will pass the benefits on to the everyday Ghanaian.
Emmanuel Opong with that Business Desk report. Now, the former Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, and 7 others have been charged with extortion and money laundering by the Special Prosecutor, OSP. The OSP charged the suspect and 3 companies before the High Court Criminal Division in Accra on multiple charges of extortion and money laundering arising from a corruption scheme within the NPA. Here, except of a press release by the OSP. The charges stem from investigations initiated by the OSP in late 2024 into alleged unlawful conduct involving the diversion of public funds and collusion with oil marketing and bulk distribution companies. Between 2022 and December 2024, the first 3 accused persons acting under the color of their official duties allegedly orchestrated and operated a criminal extortion scheme through which they unlawfully collected 280 million Ghana cedis from petroleum transporters and oil marketing companies. The scheme, initiated by Abdul Hamid and implemented by Amwa Newman, lacked any lawful mandate and exploited their positions within the NPA. From the proceeds, Amwa is alleged to have handed over 24 million Ghana cedis directly to Abdul Hamid between January and December 2024. An additional 227.2 million Ghana cedis was channeled through Newman under Amwa's direction for further disbursement. All 7 individuals and 3 companies have been charged with a total of 25 counts. One, Osei Tutuaje, a director of the 9th accused company, is currently at large. The accused persons have been apprehended and are set to appear on a date to be determined by the court. Those were excerpts of a statement by the OSP on the charges against former Chief Executive Officer of the NPA, Abdul Hamid, and 7 others who have been charged with extortion and money laundering. Now, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, is advocating for more favorable global trade tariffs to strengthen international trade relations. He underscored that recent global trade wars have hindered unity among nations and stressed the need for cooperative policies that build connections rather than barriers. Speaking at the launch of the London Acquire initiative, which aims to enhance trade relations between the two cities, Khan underscored the importance of inclusive trade policies. He affirmed London's openness to fostering stronger economic partnerships and embracing talent from Ghana.
We know in the world we live in now, there are some people who try and put up walls between us, putting up tariffs and trade barriers, trying to point out the differences we have. And I'm quite clear, we should be building bridges, not walls. We should be trying to bring people together. And that's why this initiative is so important. So for those that haven't been to London yet, shame on you. My message is very simple, Akwaba. You are welcome to London. London is open to talent. London is open to business. London is open to students. London is open to sports people, to entrepreneurs. I was in the University of Ghana earlier on today with some inspirational young people. I'm really proud that one of the finest universities in the world, I would say the finest university in the world, Imperial College, is now in Ghana.
That was the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is going for 10 cedis, 40 pesos. The British pound is also going for 14 cedis, 7 pesos, while the euro is going for 12 cedis, 16 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Thursdays are now extra special on MTN. Your Thursday just got more exciting because from now on you get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase when you bundle on my MTN app or use *138#. This and every Thursday on MTN. MTN is saying that's not enough. They are offering you a free extra movie ticket when you pay with Momo at the Silver Bed Cinemas at Accra and West Hills Malls. At the Garden City is same for you. You get a free ticket at the Golden Cinemas in the Kumasi Mall. Set your reminders bundle on my MTN or star 138 hash and make the best of your 25% first data bundle discount. Visit the cinemas, use Momo and get your free extra movie tickets on MTN's Yellow Thursday. No matter the money emergency you have, whether you want instant access to loans, fund transfer, utility payments, airtime or data, dial star 770 hash and EcoBank emergency money emergency will come to your rescue. Star 770 hash is what you use even when you don't have data to get access to all these and more. So dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergency. EcoBank is the Pan African Bank.
I did my day since Tuesday. I did my day since Tuesday. Shilling Billy.
Adrian Kofi joins us with sports, what we call kickoff, proudly brought to you by Shell, Lesheho, and Polytank. Now, how do you want your engine to feel? Confident, protected, ready to perform? Then let's talk about Shell V-Power. Shell V-Power with the Dynaflex technology, especially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel the performance, feel confidence, feel protection over and over again. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well. Let's talk about Polytank. It's been around for 3 decades, trusted by all these generations, so make no mistakes. If you have to store water, it certainly has to be Polytank. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. No matter the size you go for, durability is always assured. The same price is what you get it for at Polytank partner shops across the country. Choose original Polytank Papa Nunia. We do not request for Momo payments online. Let a share Don't Commit campaign has come to you. You deserve financial peace, oh yeah. We've reduced our interest rates just for you. So whether it's education, rent or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. WhatsApp or call Nana on 02700 4799, 02700 4733. T's and C's apply. Let's share, let's improve life. Adrian Kwao Kofi bringing you kickoff.
It's Thursday morning. Welcome to Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show. We get into the segment which is powered by Shell. Shell go well, Polytangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. To our first story, and the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yao Ampo for Ankara, has backed President John Mahama's pledge to build a new stadium across Ghana's 6 newly created regions. He believes the promise made during President Mahama's thank you tour in the Western North region shows a renewed commitment to expanding sports infrastructure in underserved parts of the country.
With regards to the new venues, obviously, the new regions have called themselves the orphan regions for a reason. They believe they've not had a fair share of the cake and they deserve better. And during the campaign period, His Excellency listened to all these, the cries for help, a share of the national cake. And this is in order. And this is just exactly what His Excellency promised. And there is a plan for existing facilities to be looked at. If it is re-engineering, that needs to be done. Expansion, complete overhaul, and then obviously the new infrastructure in the new regions, where previously they called themselves the orphan regions. At least now they'll feel that they're not being left out. And I think is the best way forward. And we'll make sure that we use a template that we're using for the larger facilities to manage the new ones that will be put in place. So all in all, I think we're on course to change the dynamics and to make sure that the reset becomes a reality.
That was the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yao Ampo for Ankara. Meanwhile, the Deputy Ranking Member on Parliament's Sports Committee, Michael Edu, has also endorsed the initiative, but he has expressed concern over how these new stadium projects will be financed, especially with many older facilities already deteriorating from neglect.
So with any engagement with an act, an international act or even local, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Kim Promise. The churches would also be having their concerts and end-of-year programs, conferences. The facility is not only the pitch. We have other amenities that can be used, equitably. But for Vibes Cartel, what I can say is that there has been engagement, there's been contact, and for now, that's all I can say.
That was a deputy ranking member on Parliament's Sports Committee and MP for Oforikrom, Michael Edu. Now let's listen to midfielder Jennifer Kujo and forward Chantel Boy Hloka, who each earned Women of the Match honours during the group stage games. The two players even shared a light-hearted self-interview to reflect on Ghana's performance so far.
How do you feel about yours? I mean, it's a great thing to be a player of the match. For me, it's just insane. Like my first game and then just won it. Yeah, it just gives me more confidence, more power to just keep fighting every day. How about you?
Me, I'm grateful as well. My first tournament, my first Woman of the Match, and we got the win as well. We followed on from your strong performance. And then we got the win, so yeah, I'm proud.
Yeah, this is gonna be something that I will always cherish forever, Been playing for so long and
I know, Grandma.
Just being able to win this in an African tournament, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's something that's gonna take a nice place on my shelf. Woman of the Match with this team, and there's no better person sitting beside me to win another one.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
That was midfielder Jennifer Kujo and forward Chantel Boy Hloka, who earned Women of the Match honours during the group stages at the Women's AFCON. And none of Ghana's Black Queens players made it into the CAF's best 11 after the group stage of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations, despite their dominant 4-1 win over Tanzania and qualification for the quarterfinals. Ghanaian players were overlooked. US-based sports journalist Aishitu Zakaria Ali says she isn't surprised, noting the team's inconsistent showing during the group stage.
I mean, I go be hypocrite say what on Tuesday it beat me. You don't say that they beat me like that, but say we qualify for the quarterfinals. Of course, on that front, it'd be good achievement. But if you look on the whole, the performance of the team, not really something that as somebody who has followed the team for quite a bit, I go talk say, oh yeah, this be good performance, or oh yeah, the team then they do well. Because the truth to say, we know Shada performed that good. Where I don't know if he blame the coach too that much. Because the time where the coach can take the job, where you look at the time where we get for the tournament itself, we know Shada view. But then again, the circumstances in which we did inside, we embrace them like that.
That was Ghanaian women's football journalist Aishitu Zakaria. To the GPL, and Swedro All Blacks have named 39-year-old Egyptian coach Ahmed Ibrahim Fati as their new manager ahead of their return to top flight football. The CAF license A holder brings over 15 years of experience and was mostly assistant coach at Egyptian Premier League side Ismaili FC. Let's go to youth football now, and Black Satellites head coach Desmond Ofe says Ghana's ongoing campaign in the WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship reflects how tough the regional tournament has become. Ghana drew with Nigeria in their opener and secured a 1-0 win over Benin in their second game. Ofe believes the stiff competition is a great developmental experience for his players.
This is a typical example of what WAFU is about. WAFU Zone B, our zone, it's not an easy zone. It's a fight. Every game is a fight. The last tournament in Togo was the same. It was tough. Not easy to play on AstroTurf, to be fair. If I have to be honest, I don't like playing on AstroTurf. But because it slows the game down, the ball keep bouncing. It's hard to manage the game how we want to play it. But for other teams, maybe it's beneficial. But yeah, it's exactly how it's supposed to be. You can see that it's fine margins, Benin lost 4-1 against Nigeria, but the goals that were scored, deflections and a bit of hard luck for Benin. So you can see that it's fine margins. You just have to stay sharp, very aggressive, work really hard, and the rest is about quality in the end. When you get the chances, you score, and make sure that you don't make mistakes in the back. So it's exactly how it's supposed to be. It's good for our boys also to grow as individuals. So it's a really good tournament for us, and we can learn a lot from it.
That was the voice of Black Satellite's head coach Desmond Ofei. We move on to Europe and to Asante Kotoko rather, who have completed the signing of highly rated midfielder Lord Hilary Adabo from FC Samatex. The 21-year-old penned a 3-year deal after a standout season and says Kotoko is the ideal environment for his growth.
I'm really excited to be here. It's an honor. Asante Kotoko is not just a club, it's a club with rich historical cultural heritage. So it's an honor to be here. Yeah.
How did you receive the news of interest in you? And whom did you speak to in terms of the club's hierarchy? And how was the news like?
Basically, I think I wasn't really much involved in the negotiations, but my club contacted me and my representative as well. So, yeah, as I said, it's not just a club, you know. It's a club with a rich historical background, you see. So there's a lot involved. You know, all the people here, their heart is so much attached to the club. So when you are playing for Kotoko, you are not just playing for yourself. You are representing a whole kingdom.
That was new Kotoko signing Lord Hilary Adabo. And finally, Chelsea co-owner Todd Bowley has described the club's FIFA Club World Cup triumph as surreal following their 3-0 win over PSG in the final.
It's still hard to all digest. It's been absolutely surreal. But again, I think the thing that just made the day is just how well the boys played and how they really had nothing to lose and they put it out there. And you know they were so organized and so methodical, and the plan that Enzo laid out was so well done. So the combination of the planning and the execution.
That was Chelsea co-owner Todd Bowley, and that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickers was powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana and Leshehu. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's go, we improve your life. Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more. The best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So hunam ya wuya, no wunya wunya. Rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all, bema wuya unajai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner, and hey, guess what? You can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial *713*33*22# to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 1 liter series 100% fruit juice blend, all variants, only 39 cedis, 99 pesos each, and 1 liter Montego UHT full cream milk for just 29 cedis, 99 pesos. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 20th July 2025, only at ShopRite.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Eye ankasado na mi do
City 97.3.
Na eba no say no do we na mi me ya Edruboni na mi numwana anase mi kosha konfo se obi do wa hunwana na inie wukikano na mi tio Are chichire mi do unimse if you're only power, a baba way, and you know, and the devotion, the one I say, Sophia, I say, it's your new
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
And I'm also not meeting Odasi. As I feel and say, I keep him young. I feel now, no way. A day by I do one. Your friend, no by woe. Some of them who can't tell you. I'm in Paucha, and you say, yo. Why? I really teach you, me dog, if you only power, a baba way, and you more. And none of the devotion, no one, say, Sophia, I say, it's your new shade, then you're and you me more. See me one boat track. Ya meyo piano famisa Ya na benus na ello Na fei ade Mama tafuenya mio.
7:36 on the City Breakfast Show. Lots of birthdays coming through today, the 17th of July. Happy birthday to Mr. Emmanuel Boahini Ochre, aka Top Chef Koforidia, from your darling wife Rita, your lovely children, and all your workers at Cove Town. Good morning to Mawena Aku Amago of Academic City Level 400 Computer Science. You're 22 years old today. Wishing her a happy birthday. Coming from her mom and dad, we love her so much. May she continue to soar in Jesus' name. To Maureen Aku Amago. Here's another one. You've blessed so many lives over the past years. We've been so lucky to know you. Happy 75th. You are only getting better with age. May you experience many more happy and healthy years ahead. To Godwin Kwobla Seshi of Global Evangelical Church Adonai Chapel. That's Godwin Kwobla Seshi. This is from your family and in-laws, especially Ami. To you, Godwin Kwobla Seshi. Good morning. I'd like to wish my wife Helen Roberta Dare, who works at Coco Clinic, a happy birthday. Message: happy birthday, my love. When the world was falling apart, you became my strength, my calm, and my hope. Your love lifted me when I couldn't stand. Today I celebrate more than just your birthday. I celebrate the gift of you. Thank you for being my everything. I love you deeply. From your husband, Divine Akotia. Happy birthday to you, Priscilla Araba Kuno, aka Miss P of Stanbic Bank Enterprise Direct Unit. Your guidance and dedication are greatly appreciated. Wish you a day filled with joy and success, just like the positive impact you have had on our team. Coming in from Mamle. A few more messages on birthdays. Happy birthday to City's own Chris Asima. Chris Asima. I call him the Bolga boy, who's now doing great stuff here in Accra.
Big man, Charlie.
Yeah,
my man, Chris.
Asima.
No, you Charlie, you be big man.
Yeah.
No. Happy birthday to you. You reach places.
It's a Bolga boy.
Yeah. You be champion. Except that he still no perform. The
Guinea fowl.
Yeah, he still haven't performed. And then the smoke, you have not performed.
You're always asking.
So that one will count against you.
Let's be careful about corruption.
The
way you use the word perform, he has negative connotations. Like he has to perform. It's almost like he has to perform something, you know. So we have to be careful. So Chris Asim, happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a few things. This morning, I'm going back on the scholarship issue. The Citizens' Eye is not happy that Parliament wants to pass the new Scholarship Authority Bill under Certificate of Agency. They think the bill is not fit for purpose and is being rushed. We'll discuss that shortly. But I just wanted to read a couple of messages to set the morning going. Here's a regular listener of City FM. She listens very regularly. She's listening for like 10 years. She says, "Good morning, Bernard and team. How are you? I'm listening to you guys from Dar es Salaam, TZ. TZ is not South East Tanzania." And she says it's 9:40 a.m. here. So I guess it was 6:40 when she sent this. So they are 3 hours ahead of us, right? Charlie, these people have bypassed us. Oh. Hey. I was here in 1999 as a student. I came back to work here in 98, 99. I was here in 91 as a student. Came back to work here in 98, 99, and I've now come on a visit a few times. Last time I was here was 2019. Impressive development. It turns out Magafuli was good for them. He goes on. What's the difference between us and them? They have values. Last night, my hostess, my sister, and I were talking about their sense of pride, love for country, their self-respect, respect for one another, and discipline. We don't have that in Ghana. Each one of us is for self. We only care about making money. You should see how clean the neighborhoods are, how uniform the roadside shops are, etc. No noise making, etc. We are joking in Ghana.
Oh.
These are not my words. So. Says last night, my hostess, my sister, and I were talking about their sense of pride, their love for country, their self-respect, respect for one another, and discipline. We don't have that in Ghana. Each one of us is for self. We only care about making money. You should see how clean their neighborhoods are, how uniform their roadside shops are, etc. No noise making. We are joking in Ghana. So Ghanaians, this is what a citizen of Ghana in Tanzania is saying. I want you to think about it. Just let it enter quietly. Think coolly about it. And the person is saying that they seem to have better values, or they are living out their values. And what is worrying for me is that the point around sense of pride and love for country, self-respect for one another, and discipline. And then it's manifested in clean neighborhoods, uniform roadside shops, and no noise making. And then he ends by saying that in Ghana we only care about making money and we love ourselves. We love self. It's a bit worrying. Don't react to it yet. Just think about it. I'll give you like 5 minutes to sip through. Then we can come back to it. Okay. So let me do a few announcements. So this is what a Ghanaian citizen who's gone to Tanzania about 5 times is saying. So it's not like somebody who's just gone there once. All right. So the person is reflecting on Tanzania, having gone there since 1991. So obviously you've seen Rawlings, 98, 99. You've seen Kufuor enter. Now you see 2019, Akufo-Addo. Now we are in Mahama number 2. So we've had about 6 different presidents. And this person is saying Tanzania seems better organized. Clean neighborhoods, uniform roadside shops, less noise. And the people say they love their country. They have self-respect. And they are more disciplined. You know. I always tell you that sometimes when you want to know people's values, look at their streets. If you want to know people's mindsets, look in their gutters. Get it? Because you cannot unlock a person's brain to see how he thinks. But if you look, I always tell people, if you enter somebody's room, you can know how their mind works. So sometimes when you see the way Ghana is, and this person is saying, when I look at the way the streets are, no noise, the respect for other people's rights, and you compare that to Ghana, you know. So let's think about it small. I don't want to say, no, you people, every day you are talking negative about Ghana. I think that the only thing we haven't changed in Ghana after many years is our values. We've changed presidents, we've changed parties, we've changed all kinds of things. So I think the values conversation is very strong. The reason this has caught my attention, I was talking to some guy this week. This is an IT guy. And we're discussing how he's been dealing with these anti-corruption people for like 20 years. And I was talking about how open data tools for fighting corruption, they've used a lot of those tools. They do hackathons. They've tried to bring in systems to reduce waste in governance. And he was saying that he's done this job for 20 years at the highest level. Won hackathons, come up with programs to track government expenditure, to ensure people are less corrupt. Then he ended up and said, Bernard, I've realized after 20 years that you can't use technology to change people's mindset. So you can't use technology to change people's attitudes. So you realize that although all those World Bank programs have been good, open governance, Osiwa, you know, there are people who have done a lot of work. He said, I've realized that the problem with Africans, and this guy is talking not as a Ghanaian, he said the problem with West Africans, he thinks that technology cannot solve it. Because the software is corrupted. So the technology solution can only patch the papers. So let's think about it. I also want you to think about this Tanzania situation from history. Because, you know, when Tanzania got independent, they went socialist. So Kenya became a bit more open and capitalistic. So you compare the Mwalimu to Uhuru Kenyatta. And some people felt that because Tanzania chose Swahili as their national language, they were left behind because they were colonized by the Germans. And Kenya was seen more as the modern choice. They speak English. They are more facing of global realities. Tanzania became a bit closed as a society. But I think after 50, 60 years, and she's not the only person telling me about this. I've had friends who've gone to Tanzania who say that they have a Trump system that works. In fact, there's a document I've been reading. There's a book about, they call it smart cities. So they choose about 30 of the best examples of cities that work. Tanzania's Dar es Salaam was part. And I think 10 years ago, they had a Trump system that works. Transportation is more organized, you know. Meanwhile, they've had Magafuli, they've had all kinds of people that we've been ridiculing from here. You know, so I think sometimes the values thing is strong. The values conversation is strong. It's not to be trivialized. The issue around Ghanaians, they like money, we are selfish, and there's no love for country. Remember 10 years ago, 11 years ago, we had to send $3 million to footballers to play for us. You remember? We had to carry it in a plane. That was evidence that love for country is not there. Because you are playing for your country as a footballer, you are saying, if you don't pay me cash, I won't play. Such embarrassment. And I don't think we've learned from it. I think it's even probably gotten worse. That people don't really think Ghana is worth dying for. Which is a problem, right? So maybe she's right though. Maybe she's right. You know, maybe she's right, but I don't know. Ghanaians, let's talk. You know, when we open the phone lines and say, hey, what is wrong with Ghana? Or what has the government done wrong? People will call plenty. When we say, hey, Ghanaians, you are the problem. In fact, last week, Thursday, this is the last thing I'll say and I'll take some announcement. Last week, Thursday, I went to a lecture. The lecture was delivered by Professor Justice Bawole. Professor Justice Bawole is the Dean of the Business School of the University of Ghana. And he is, you know, his story really touched me. He said his father had 5 wives and had, I think, 30 children. And he was the only child who was taken to school.
Oh.
Can you imagine? And he's become a professor.
Beautiful.
Can you imagine? He said his father had 30 children or so. I don't remember the number. But then there were like 5 wives. And his mother, for some reason, took him to school. So he's the only person among his siblings who's been educated. And as God will have it, he's educated to the PhD level. He's now a professor.
Oh.
And then he gave a lecture. Let me look for the title of the lecture. Because his argument was also about values. He said the problem we cannot solve corruption in Ghana is not because we don't have the right programs. He's basically saying that we have a mindset values problem. The title of his where is this thing? Somebody should send it to me. Good. Inaugural lecture, Professor Justice Bawole. Our corruption, our ethics, our public administration, semicolon, wicked citizens, wicked problems, and stagnating development.
You have it. Maybe you should play some of it.
Yes, I have the audio.
Because it will seem, I mean, the way it's succinctly captured.
Yeah, he actually gave a scenario.
So he said what?
Wicked citizens, wicked problems, and stagnating development. And he gave a very good example of, he says when he does an ethics class, he asks his citizens, you live at Kaswa and you are paid 1,500 cedis. You work at Ministry of Roads. Then there's a competitive bid for contract for a road project. Your wife is nagging you, school fees problems are approaching. Then there are 10 people who have been shortlisted for the road contract. The night before the award of the contract, you have to do an opinion on the contracts to inform your boss on which one is best. One of the contractors calls you and says, bro, he's hot, he needs his contract. And that here's, I think, give $10,000 or something.
Manage yourself in the meantime.
Yeah. Then he asks the question, would you take it? That's question 1. If, and then he has like 6 or 7 different questions on whether you take it or not. And he was surprised the number of people said they would take the money because of their need. So his point was that this corruption thing is more a value. So he said, I wrote it down. It says Ghana's development challenge is, what did he even say? It's a values problem or something. I'll get the audio for you. You know. And when he's finished talking, I was like, Charlie, this guy, he's really said something. He said, our development challenge is an ethical challenge. I think that's what he said. He said, our development challenge.
The stagnation we see.
Yes, it's an ethical challenge. It's an ethical challenge. I'm not saying it in the same words.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll get the audio for you. So compare what this lady is saying about Tanzania and how she feels they love their country. They are proud to be Tanzanians. And they are more conscious of each other's needs. And then compares that to Ghana where it's money, 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 money. I don't know whether he's right. And now, so I'll get you part of that audio, but let me not get ahead of myself. Fred, I'll send you the link to find this thing for me. All right. But I really think, you see, Ghanaians, let's be honest about it. Do we have a problem with values? Is our development problem a values problem? And he focused on citizens. He said citizens themselves and what they value is what determines where we are. People are not honest. People can't tell the truth. People lie a lot. People steal. They don't. Nyamisro niyemu. Yepempa eboba insro nyami. So those kind of things. So I don't know. Let me let it be there for 5 minutes so that I do a few things. All right. And then I'll take your comments on this. But Ghanaians, let's talk about this, so please. It's important. Let's talk about it's important. Where do I even start from? If you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, or you're looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-world employability skills, enjoy all these and more with scholarships available to you from Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our campus. Visit lancaster.edu.gh or email admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call 0248 656 274. Lancaster University, Ghana is the only British university campus in West Africa.
Get Translight Solar today and save up to 70% of your electricity bills. Here's the best part. You don't need to pay full cost up front. Translight Solar is offering an opportunity to own a complete solar system by paying just 30 to 50% of the cost and spreading the rest over a 12 to 36 months period with flexible payments every month as low as 1,200 Ghana cedis. You can visit translightsolar.com or call 025 604 0838 or 050 424 9229. Translight Solar. Wherever there's sunlight, there's Translight. AngloGold Ashanti Ghana wishes to caution the public against engaging in investment schemes being promoted on social media and allegedly being offered by AngloGold Ashanti Ghana, including TikTok account promoting an AngloGold Ashanti investment scheme. AngloGold Ashanti Ghana does not operate and has not authorized any person to offer any investment scheme on TikTok or any social media platform. So stay alert, protect yourself. You can get verified information from www.anglogoldashanti.com or call 055 658 2933. Again, 055 658 2933. And are you ready to unlock the power of artificial intelligence for your business?
Yes.
Well then, on Saturday, 19th July 2025, there's going to be an event, a training, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The rate is 1,450 Ghana cedis only. The venue is IDM Hachu, Accra, and the facilitator is Maximus Ametogo. Limited spaces available. Join this masterclass ASAP. You can register. Call or WhatsApp 0244 767 801 or visit www.idm.edu.gh. The event is powered by the Institute of Digital Marketing.
Now, in business, every moment without the right solution is an opportunity missed. As a business owner, you deserve a solution that can take your ambition to the next level. So we're introducing the APSA Mobi Tap, the solution that turns your Android device into your ultimate business partner. With just your NFC-enabled mobile device such as your phone, you can accept payments from debit and credit cards plus mobile wallets quickly, easily, anytime, anywhere. Now, is your business ready for the next level? Visit the nearest branch, sign up for APSA Mobi Tap, and unlock your business potential. Terms and conditions apply. And this Saturday, 26th of July at 6 a.m. Independence Square, history is waiting to be made. The 2025 APSA Black Star Marathon is around the corner. Sky, there's the 42-kilometer full marathon.
Thank you.
But there's a 10-kilometer that you and I can do. There's a 10-kilometer run. You can jog, you can walk, you can even do wheelchair. Register for the APSA Black Star Marathon at the APSA Clubhouse at Ridge, where you can grab your race vest, your t-shirt, and your bib.
Okay.
You can also dial *713 *33 *22# to register online or go to blackstarmarathon.com for more information. Your story matters. Let's make it one for the books. All right. Let me tell you about the literacy challenge as well. It's one of the things we're doing to help young people get into the writing thing in a better way. So it's a 3-level competition. The first level is an essay where you write in not less than 600 words discussing the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these pose and what solutions do you propose? Essay must be in your own handwriting, sent to us either by mail, PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central, or sent by hand to our front desk here in Adabraka or at Tesano Channel 1 Television. Later on, you can join the aptitude test for the top 50. Of course, that's based on the essay you write. And then, of course, the final 10 will get into an essay competition. And this literacy challenge is on till July 26th. So please get writing now. It's powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1, and sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment. I wanted to read a few more comments on the Tanzania matter.
Yeah, there are a number of them that have come. So, for instance, this one says, "Good morning, Bernard and team. I was in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania for just 5 days. And I must say that what the texter sent in is absolutely true. It is not an understatement. Let us support the reset agenda. I'm confident that together we will get there." It's coming in from Albert, who is listening to us in Adentan. This one says, "Bernard, is simple. We have leadership crisis. There's no working system to reward good values and punish bad values. We reward the rich and bully the poor. So what does this breed? Citizens who want to be rich at all costs. That's the problem." More comments coming in. This one says, "Hello, Bernard and team. I agree with the texter. Ghanaians have attitudinal problem. Mentally, we are not straightforward." Really? Look back at all the developed countries. In a way, the basis was autocracy to drum into the citizens a level of discipline and self-control. And as we know, this will pass on to future generations. I think we have to prioritize money over values. Or I think you are saying that
we have
prioritized. That's what you want to say. It's coming in from BB in Pram Pram. And this one says, "Good morning, Bernard and team. Please, I think the comments from the Ghanaian in Tanzania are apt. Indisciplined people produce indisciplined leaders. Please go to 3 Junction here, Amasaman, and see how indisciplined the people are becoming. They walk over the walkways and the pavement created for the pedestrian. Cocoa sellers, momo vendors, Okada riders, and bread sellers are applying their trays on the pavement, pushing pedestrians to walk on the congested street. The municipal assembly must clear them from the pavements." It's coming in from Daniel in La. And this one says, "I'm Kennedy, listening to you from Boteman. I'm living in I am a living testimony to the story from Dar es Salaam. In fact, I got back just last week from Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
All that the lady mentioned, absolutely true. I was actually amazed at their hospitality and respect for humanity. Clean streets and lighting all over at night. And I begin to wonder how backward we
Here's
must
one
be."
more. It says, "Good morning, guys. To add to it, you realize that Tanzanians don't like really to travel. They love living in their country. They are not rich too. We, on the other hand, go everywhere, but we don't bring any values back home." I tell you, Charlie, the thing they finish with.
I think we should moderate the comments because some of them are very, very sweeping. People bring things somewhere. It's difficult. You can't.
But I think the person is saying, but Ghanaians travel. I'll tell you why. When I was in the UK, in most places I go, I meet Nigerians and Ghanaians. Those are the two groups of sub-Saharan Africans who are really outside in the US, in the UK, and in Europe. So I think the point he's making is that our elite and middle class travel a lot. So you think that they will learn from best practice. He's saying that the average Tanzanian may not have traveled that much. All right. So our travel should mean that we are more globally exposed and therefore we are able to bring back some of the values into our governance and our life. That's what he's saying. That's not to say that... No, Pascal, let's be honest about it. We are an indisciplined bunch. And the values... Look, when we are pressed, and I'll play you the Baole voice. Sky, when I listen to that thing, I asked myself, I wondered what it would take for country to change. Because Sky, the culture of a place is also
what the people allow.
Not even that. Somebody gave it in a sentiment. It's like it's almost like what you do to belong. It's like, you see, there's a certain way we behave that makes us okay. Anything. So basically, the behavior of Ghanaians collectively is what produces what we are seeing. Do you understand? Like he was talking about trotro stations, even the way people build the construction. Like 2 days ago, somebody sent Caleb a message about some place in Ghana South where people are building in the middle of a road, and when you go and report, the authority rather goes to Chuk. Like, there's a whole lot of people. See, people don't respect each other. People are selfish, and people are lawless. I think that's what it is. And because for them, if they can make money, it's okay. So people who call out this type of people, they are not really liked. You get it? It's I don't know how to put it. It's Sky.
Yes.
We compare, like, go to Accra and see where people sell and where people buy. Some of it is not just survival. It's also lack of respect for other people's. You know, it's not just a question of I have to survive, but you are doing it in spite of somebody else's inconvenience. So it's not a question of Ghanaians are not the poorest people in the world. It's almost like we have imbibed a certain mindset that once it will help me, it doesn't matter what happens to somebody else. Once I can get away with it, it's okay. Okay, and I don't know the name to give that type of attitude. It's insidious, and also we don't speak the truth. It's like you meet people and they are all trying to be. I don't know how to put it. Like, okay, let me. Foreigners tell me that when they come and meet a Ghanaian and come and say, okay, I want to do something, the Ghanaian will never say no.
Yes.
He will just listen to you and say, oh, okay, but he won't do it. That's like, he will not say no, we can't do it. He will say, okay, that's nice. Okay, give me your number. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay.
Like to be frontal.
Yeah, it's like we are. The person says we are not, and he believes that that's a sign of lack of honesty. I don't know.
No, you should say
people don't like to be told the truth.
My difficulty is.
You can, but you know, in even statistics, you generalize on the basis of. You can use a certain population and say, generally speaking, we cannot say all. See, let's not get into that
because it makes it unfair to people who are doing their best.
Even scientists have done studies. Hofstede, he's done studies on behaviors where he's done things like power distance and things where he can group 152 countries and say on a scale of 0 to 20 these countries are 19. He didn't say he talked to everybody in the country. That's just how science works. So I feel like if you go there, then I can't even have an argument. What we are saying is that generally speaking, so in our attitudes, in even our proverbs,
No.
Some of the things you were telling me about the tree, if you push the tree, something, all the inside. Something about pushing tree. Take a social media trends. If somebody's or your brother is on the tree, something.
Yes, you don't eat mango.
Something like that.
Because your brother is on the tree.
Mango, something like that.
Because you are looking at that with Western Valley.
No, you wait. Let's finish what we are doing.
Telecel is bringing us tech and social media trends together with First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is running the junior internship program. Yesterday we spoke at length. We brought you more details about that. So during the long vacation, your child will have 5 days exciting internship, mentorship, and counseling experiences running from July 14 to Friday, September the 12th. Enrollment is very simple. Sign up your ward or kid for the Kids First account. This is for children up to 12. If they are 10 to 14, sign them up on the Me First account and apply for a First Bank Ghana junior internship program. You get products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent, and a certificate as well. There will be an essay competition at the end and you stand the chance of winning some amazing cash prizes. Call 0596 921 921 for more. It's partnered by the Ghana National Council of Private Schools, and all the products you'll be getting, the names I mentioned, they're proud to be associated with this together with Junior Graphic.
Edwin Kwakufi is here with the segment. Take it up, Edwin.
Oh, good morning, Bernard and everyone else. We start with the trend that's just shot up this morning, and Mustafa Hamid.
Okay.
The former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority has been charged along with 6 other individuals and 3 companies for alleged extortion and money laundering. So the individuals are said to have between 2022 and 2024, they acting under the color of their official duties. 3 of the individuals, including Mustafa Hamid, Jacob Kwamena Amwa, and Wendy Newman, they have reportedly or allegedly unlawfully collected over 280 million from petroleum transporters and oil marketing companies. So the Office of the Special Prosecutor started the investigation in late 2024, and the 7 individuals and the 3 companies have been charged. The individuals were picked up by the Office of the Special Prosecutor and obviously charged. They will face the charges at a later date, appear before the court at a later date to have the pleas, their pleas taking. So
it's a story that's trending.
It's just shot up in the trends. Mustafa Hamid it's I think in the top 5 trends in Ghana at the moment. So we move on to the Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapor, who addressed a number of issues at the Government Accountability Series yesterday, and a number of these issues are trending. We have solar, we have nuclear, we have Jinapor himself trending, because he said they've begun the installation of 23,500 all-in-one solar street lights across the country to help with the 24-hour economy project. He also said the nuclear power program is in its second phase, so more power issues, and also said that they are rolling out the roadmap for the establishment of a second gas processing plant. So a lot of power issues there spoken by the energy minister. But one other thing that's trending in connection with him is the D-levy.
The D-levy,
D-levy
started yesterday.
It started yesterday, the implementation of the Citi tax on petroleum products. And the reaction to it has been quite muted. I think Ghanaians are saying if it doesn't overly affect the price of petroleum products, they don't mind paying for the 1 cedi. But obviously critics of the government are saying the government has snacking the tax again, having promised to take the burden of Ghanaians, and this is not right. They've calculated it and feel that the amount that Ghanaians will pay overall, it's not great, and they are calling on on the government to deal with that.
I think the core of the issues that some people have raised happens to be that the minister, during his contribution to the debate on the floor, said that the imposition of the levy was not going to affect the price of the products at the pump. It was a sweeping comment which appears to now come back to haunt him, because as people went to the pump,
they realized that
thing because I, for instance, would have spent somewhere around 750, 800 Ghana
to fill your tank.
To fill my tank. Yesterday I spent 1,000 or so thereabout to be able
your
to
tank
fill
was emptier.
No, it had nothing to do.
The argument about that is the recent international issues that have caused petroleum prices around the world to skyrocket. So they are saying that plus the D-levy. So they are saying that maybe we are being a little too unfair on the government, because this has coincided and it's making
exactly the warning that people were raising. You remember, I think when I raised that issue, that we didn't have that in our control.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on to some tech news, and I think this is important for future of childbirth. So 8 babies have been born in the UK using genetic material from 3 different people to prevent devastating and often fatal conditions. So the method combined the egg and sperm from a mom and a dad with a second egg from a donor woman. So the conditions, it was done to prevent some genetic conditions, incurable diseases in the babies, and it's proved to be very successful so far. So usually the conditions pass from mother to child, starving the baby of energy, and they feel that this
is a breakthrough.
It's a breakthrough, combining the DNA from 3 different people. So
no, it's okay. Let's just move on. It's fine. It's cool. Once the child is healthy and alive, it's fine.
And they hope this will be done in future. So in future we'll have
gene editing
exactly
to remove the impure ones and properly put in the right measures to ensure that the child comes out better. You know, so many kids, sometimes you go to hospital and they're struggling because of a defect somewhere
conditions,
in the mother
Fair
or
enough,
the father.
Fair enough. So that was Tech and Social Media Trends with Edwin Kwakufi.
You know, listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank. You first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to earn points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Are you a residential and a commercial property owner in Airport, Cantonment, Laboni, East Airport, and other high-end areas in Accra and looking for a trusted real estate agency to work with? Is your office in need of an agency that can provide accommodation to all your expatriates? Realtor and Tours is your trusted partner to get the job done. Contact Realtor and Tours at www.realtortoursgh.com or call us on 054 496 5779 and 053-006-4754. Our first 5 callers get 5% discount on their agency fees. Realtor and Tours. Enjoy true hospitality with convenience and comfort.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 340 gram Sierra frozen chicken sausage, only 17 cedis, 99 pesos worth, and 250 gram Daphne's penne or elbow pasta for just 4 cedis, 99 pesos each. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 20th July 2025, only at ShopRite.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
While I'm living, thanks I'll be giving. The most high. I'm a living while I'm living to the Father I will pray. Only Him know how we get through every day. Only I give the price. I'm a leg we have to pay. While our leaders play, all I see people are rip and a rob, all are grime. Thief never love is a thief with long bag. No love for the people who are suffer real bad. Another toll to the poor, may God help his soul.
What is to stop the youth from get out of control? Full up on education, get no own a payroll. The clothes from me back have countless eye hole. Could go on and on, the fool has never been.
15 minutes past 8. So our main subject for discussion, obviously, is the view that Ghanaian values are not helping us to develop. But there's another issue I'm discussing. The Citizens Coalition feel like the scholarship authority bill is being rushed, and therefore they are asking for a cooling. They are asking it to be cooled down. They want a slowdown so that there will be broader discussion. So I'll speak to Kofi Asare about this, but let's take two quick announcements.
Listen up, guys. When Republic Bank says they are the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. That's why they've reduced their Citi mortgage interest rates even further to a new low in the tens. That means you can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. But don't wait. This offer is only available for a limited time, and if you already have a mortgage with your bank, you can switch to Republic Bank and enjoy this exciting deal. Visit any of our branches or send us an email, myhome@republicghana.com. Call us in Accra 0540-109-649, in Kumasi 0540-109-901 for more information. Republic Bank, with the one for you.
And if you're frustrated with traditional banking system that don't serve you, Solis Microfinance is here to serve you better. We are a digital lending and savings platform dedicated to empowering Ghanaians like you. Open a savings account under 3 minutes using your Ghana card and your personal mobile money number. You can start a target savings plan and market beating interest rates. Apply for fast and easy loans to boost your business or cover emergencies. You can also easily deposit into your Solis account using any of your mobile money wallets. Transfer to bank and mobile money wallet as well. Solis Finance, your power, your money. Or your money, your power. All right, so why have the Citizens Coalition, or why are they saying that the new scholarships bill is not fit for purpose and must therefore be halted? Kofi Asare is a member of the coalition. They issued an urgent statement this morning asking for a suspension of the consideration of the Ghana Scholarships Authority bill to allow for stakeholder consultation. Kofi, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Bernard and team, and morning to your audience.
2 days ago, we discussed scholarships, and a lot of my listeners felt that we needed a new law to govern it. I spoke to Peter Nochukotoe, who said, in response to the way the scholarships have been manhandled, that this authority bill was going to streamline things and make it better. So why on earth are the Citizens Coalition unhappy with the bill in its present form?
The Citizens Coalition is happy that the government has taken a step to promulgate a law to properly manage our scholarship system. The Citizens Coalition acknowledges that the challenges in our scholarship system, as the government also appreciates, includes the cronyism and nepotism that has engulfed it, that it serves the political elite. It lacks meritorious or merit-based system. And then there are no checks and balances in the system. Okay? And apart from that also, it focuses more on foreign scholarships, even when programs are available in country. The final one is that there is a silo-based scholarship regime where we have so many public scholarship schemes running, on their own. And so there's a need to consolidate, which the president emphasized when he was making this promise. Unfortunately, when you look at the bill was only given to members of the Citizens Coalition yesterday. We have requested the Select Committee to give us a copy of the bill since last week Friday, but to no avail. So it's only yesterday afternoon that we had the opportunity of seeing the bill. And indeed, all the stakeholders I've spoken to, the NUCs and other academia, they still not seeing the part of the bill. So how we got a bill, we did a quick review and then realized that, yes, it was a good first step in the process of legislating, but there was no need to rush through the consideration and pass the bill, because this is an opportunity so golden that we take our time, consult the key stakeholders, especially the beneficiaries, students, academia, civil society, development partners, those who have been running scholarship schemes, about the best global practice that can be brought to bear to make sure that we get this thing right once and for all. That is why we have said that.
So,
Parliament should
what
still
is the problem with the bill that you were shown yesterday?
The problem with the bill that we're showing today is virtually legitimizes the status quo. The status quo is one that is executive influence, self-executive. Okay, and all this new bill it establishes, it gives legitimacy to the status quo by transferring the power from a group of executives, that is Scholarship Secretariat, to another group of executives who award the scholarships. That is a board comprising Minister of Education, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Attorney General, etc. So you realize that it is a transfer of the power over who benefits from scholarships from one group of executives to the other group of people from the executive arm of government. The challenge is that if you do that, you will be doing the same thing and expecting different results. You won't get a different result. The global best practice dictates that faculties award scholarships or recommend people for scholarships. Faculties do that. The authorities normally regulate the award of scholarships. They set standards, criteria, guidelines, and ensure that the faculties conform in administering scholarships. And then they come in to ensure that there's quality assurance. But if you have a system where the executive arm of government is the same one approving scholarships, then you are not solving the problem. You are virtually, repeating the same thing that's currently existing. So that is part of the problem. The second is that if you look at the bill consolidates management power with the power of the board. Because for a board to be approving scholarships, then it means that the board is actually engaging in operational stuff. That don't say that the management is more or less not existing. And so if you look critically at the bill, the third is that it doesn't solve the issue of amorphous scholarship regimes or the silo-based scholarship regimes we have. It doesn't make any provision to consolidate and bring all the various public scholarship schemes under the authority of the authority. That is not done. And yesterday, if you had Honorable Sustu on the floor, you realize that it's a big flaw in the bill. And so if you read the memorandum of the bill, there's a huge disconnect between what the bill intends to achieve and what the bill is seeking to do. The huge gap, the consolidating bit is not there. And the most important aspect of the bill, the president said, was that it should cure cronyism and then also cure the process of politicians capturing the scholarship system. If you complete the bill from head to toe, it is not addressed. And so we might end up pushing through a law with the speed of light just to take a box, but may not solve the problem that it seeks to solve.
Were civil society's inputs taken in the development of this bill?
Well, I'm not aware of any consultative meeting that was held. I've engaged with academia, I've engaged with NUCs. I just spoke to the NUCs president right before your call. For all the CSOs, Media Foundation, the Fourth Estate, we've done extensive work in scholarship research. Africa Education Works, we have also been doing reviews of scholarship for a long time. But I'm not aware of any civil society organization or development partner, that was consulted. We're not saying that compulsorily Africa Education must be consulted. No. We are not saying that compulsorily CED, Media Foundation for South Africa, etc., must be consulted. No. All we're saying is that if you are developing a bill of that nature, organizations that have long researched and invested in scholarship system review and improvement, it will be important to allow them to make an input so that it helps the government to realize the objective it seeks to realize with this bill. And most importantly, beneficiaries of scholarships, the students of Ghana, our faculty, the trained students, and all that, it's important that they have an opportunity to make a direct input into the bill so that together with the input of the executive and the legislature, we can have a bill that serves the interests of all Ghanaians. That is what
the issue of the nature of the Scholarship Secretariat come up during the Education Review Committee's work, of which you were a member of.
Yes, scholarships came up, and everybody was worried that scholarships had been politicized and they were virtually a reward mechanism for party loyalists.
Did you make any recommendations as a committee on how the law should change?
I think there were some recommendations in that respect, but I'm unable to speak to the recommendations, as I said, because the report is still not out, it's still within the executive's bosom. But drawing from the president's vision reform, okay, and the promise as espoused in his manifesto, in the NDC's manifesto. The bill in its current form doesn't address the problem that the president seeks to address, and it will not address the issue of cronyism or nepotism. It will not address the issue of amorphous or scattered scholarship regimes in the country. It will not address the opacity. It might rather reinforce the executive dominance by giving it a legal backing, and that is not part of the problems, part of the objectives that the president wants to seek with this bill.
So, who are you appealing to, and how confident are you that the process will stop? Because, as you said, this bill was being considered under a certificate of urgency. That suggests that they are really determined to push it through. And was it not for tiredness, probably would have been law as we speak. You've sent out a letter. Is it the speaker you're appealing to? Is it the leadership of the majority? What are you hoping to do between now and the time Parliament goes back?
Well, Parliament will go back today 2 p.m. The coalition, we had our engagement yesterday night. We are engaging the speaker. We are engaging the speaker to stay the constitution process, to stagger it until consultations with key stakeholders are undertaken to enrich the content and then the content of the bill. And so this morning we'll be engaging Parliament. We've already the letter is on its way to the Speaker, and we have no reason to disbelieve that the government is only interested in passing a bill to take a box. We have a reason to believe that the president is interested in really reforming the scholarship system and making it one that serves the ordinary man and not just the political elite. One that is accountable, transparent, one that is merit-based, and one that responds to the real needs of the challenges of the scholarship system in Ghana. And so we hope that Parliament will engage, will heed to our call, and then the Select Committee on Education lead in consultations with the student body, with the academia, and development partners that are involved in the scholarship scheme, so that we can have a bill that we can all be proud of, we can all own, guard, and ensure that its effective implementation cures the disease that His Excellency wants to cure.
All right. Thank you very much, Kofi Asare, for speaking to us. He's the Chief Executive of Africa Education Watch, but also a member of the Citizens Coalition, which is against the passage of the Scholarship Authority law in this current form. They agree with that we need a new law, but I think the law is not. I don't know if you've seen the snippets of the new law. If you agree with what he's saying.
I mean, I've read through and I totally agree with what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the night of the day you shared with us, Bernard, I read through and I was telling you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So first, there's a governing body that's put in place. You have the authority, you have the governing body with representatives from various ministries, education, finance, I believe foreign affairs. But certain things for me are missing. I do not understand how independent this kind of governance structure will be for the scholarship secretariat. The complaint is that you have cronies and family and friends of politicians or politically exposed persons benefiting. So it would have been interesting to see some kind of independent structure of the governing body in this bill. Also, you look at the clause on eligibility. Okay, and I think that's about clause 25. So if you go to clause 25 of the bill, it's talking about access to scholarship, eligibility criteria for award of scholarship. A person qualifies to apply for a scholarship under this act if the person is A, Ghanaian, B, brilliant but needy. I think this is also quite vague.
Okay.
So that my expectation is that there could be some kind of breakdown, as you would see perhaps with a scholarship from the UK or the US, what goes into brilliant but needy. But you would see an attempt at clause 27, consideration of application. It says, in assessing an application for scholarship under section 26, consideration shall be given to academic excellence, financial need, leadership, extracurricular. This is all well and good. But the difficulty for me is that there could be gray areas in how this is implemented or executed, and you will still have that influence of politicians and politically exposed persons. Now, if you look at also, before I go there, so I've raised the issue of the independent structure of the scholarship. I also have a difficulty with the criteria, the selection criteria. Also, there isn't any kind of accountability. When are the scholarships open? I don't know that. If it must be published, okay. The whole process of opening the scholarship, people applying, and then the individuals who are selected, all this must be published, because there must be some kind of transparency which will be followed with accountability. So that for me is missing. All of it is shrouded in secrecy. Before you know, somebody says, I have a scholarship. And then if you go back to the eligibility criteria, all of us know somebody who benefited from the scholarships secretariat through a scholarship that was given, and the person has questionable academic record. But so those are some of the things. Now, the bit about the clause that focuses on the return of students who go for these scholarships. That's clause 31, and it addresses the refusal to return to the country after completion. Clause 1 of 30, clause 31 says that a person who benefits from scholarship under this act shall, after completion of the program of study, return to serve the country. A person who contravenes subsection 1 shall pay a refund, and also goes on to talk about interest. Okay, I feel that in order to nip that problem in the bud, because that's the reason why we are having a lot of trouble with the US visa changes. I think that there should be some kind of tracking. And I think the last time we discussed the US visa matter, Sky alluded to it. There must be some kind of tracking of the individuals the scholarships are giving to, right from their application, when they succeed, when they get into those countries. So it's not just about asking them to refund, but if you are able to track and monitor.
So you're saying that there's a lot more rigor that needs to go into the thing.
There's a lot more rigor.
And then the structure, and of course, Kofi has said that the way it's structured does not still make it independent.
Yes. I have two more quick, so I'll make it quick.
A parliamentary question around what is feasible in parliament.
So let me just make two quick additions. Also, from reading this, I do not see the national educational agenda that this bill is tied to. We had similar discussion when we were talking about the AI
It
training.
seems a standalone.
Yes, and also the prioritization of foreign degrees, some of which are being done here.
Correct.
So we need to look at that properly.
Yeah, so those are the two. Sky, my question to you is more on the parliamentary procedure side. So Kofi said they as civil society got the wind of this only yesterday. I think they got the bill yesterday, and then they realized that it was being treated as a bit of urgency, and they believe that the problem the bill is supposed to solve, it doesn't solve, because we all know that the way scholarships are administered in this country makes the administrators answerable to political authority at the executive level with undue influence without parliamentary oversight. So they are asking for parliamentary oversight and a bit more independence, so that the authority oversees the work of the various universities who will be doing the scholarships. If the speaker receives a letter like this signed by civil society asking for the process to be paused, typically what would he do? Does he have the discretion to say, yes, I will pause it, or will he ask the leadership what they think?
Well, so normally when bills like this are received, it's basically the government's request to the House to consider the matter under a certificate of urgency. The Speaker would receive that, but it is for the committee to determine whether indeed this bill qualifies to be considered under a certificate of urgency.
So that
yes.
So he will ask
so
the
he will
committee?
refer it. So for in this case, it will go to the education committee. Now the education committee, if he decides that he wants to add finance, he will do that. But the education committee must then determine whether this bill is of the nature as to be characterized as a bill requiring the urgent attention the government wants to give to it. It would then submit a report to the House. If the House believes that is a matter that requires urgent, approval, they will take that decision. Otherwise, it would be trashed.
So they are considering it under a certificate of urgency, but it's possible for the committee to say, okay, we'll wait and listen to you
Yeah, that this
and make
month.
some input before we proceed.
Okay, so in effect, when we say that the bill is to be treated under a certificate of urgency, what we're saying is that the normal schedules that an ordinary bill will pass through.
What are those normal schedules?
So, it is published in the Gazette, Parliament does what it has to do, inviting memoranda from the public. It's a long process. They look at it, interrogate it, and then a report is generated and submitted to the House. But in this case, the House then collapses all those structures.
And then
they can take it even in a day. Within 24 hours after whatever it is, they can deal with it. The report submitted to the House, and then they will say I, and everything goes. All the clauses are taken, and the bill goes through like that.
So they seem determined to push this through.
It would seem that.
Why was such a big matter for looking? Don't forget, there was a big story done by the Fourth Estate about corruption in the Scholarship Secretariat, which led to a whole uproar last year. And the subject of scholarships have become so big. Why would the government want to pass the law without proper public discourse? I mean, what is so urgent about the reform that needs a certificate of urgency?
Yeah, so that is what the ministry submitting or sponsoring the bill would have to explain to Parliament. So when you make that application to the chair that, look, this bill you are submitting to the House, it is a request of the executive or the sponsoring institution to have it taken under certificate of urgency, the Speaker would listen to you. You provide your justifications, and it will be sent to the appropriate committee to consider it. Now, the question is whether the committee, of course, we know the numbers in Parliament now, looking at it would be bold enough to say, no, this is not a matter that requires urgent attention, and so let's go and report to the House that we don't intend to take this matter under a certificate of urgency.
Okay. Okay, sure. I just wanted to know whether it could be probably that they want to implement the new recommendations ahead of the next academic year. That's why they're probably doing this under the.
I honestly don't think that this is a matter that requires the kind of urgency that they are attaching to it. You see, often we normalize exceptions as opposed to using them in rare situations.
If like there's a health emergency and we need to amend the law to allow us to import some drugs to save some people, I can see that. These things I think they are being used and abused.
Yes, I mean, we do that often, and sometimes because of the numbers,
Please call your MP and tell them that they should hold on with the scholarship.
Honorable Jifa Ablago Mashi.
That's my MP.
No, you are my honorable MP.
Honorable Ramadan.
Ramadan is your MP.
Hold on.
Zaneto Rollins.
My MP actually forwarded it to me yesterday and was happy.
He was happy.
What's his name?
No. Who?
Joje, what's his name?
What do you call it? Edem Agbana.
He sent it to me happily.
He's been defending it online.
He sent it to me happily. That, this is very good.
So you need to call him and tell him your people.
No, I'm using this platform to tell him that if he doesn't,
slow down.
If you go and vote for that, you should be careful.
Bernard, some messages have come through. Good morning, Bernard.
Yes.
It is very true that discipline in this country is too much. It's only in this country called Ghana that a driver can stop in the middle of the road and buy a puff puff, aka Togbe, wait and take his or her change and drive on again. The funny country we call Ghana. Kwame from DC sent that. Charles from Tema says, I've been to Uganda, Kenya, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. I can tell you that on average, East Africans are more honest than West Africans, but on average in West Africa, Ghanaians are the least honest and patriotic people. Charles finished me. We lack values. That's why she's saying Ghanaians don't love their country. Why would you lay your life down for your country when the likelihood is that the sacrifice you are making is highly going to be wasted? If we are principled and have integrity and our systems work, we will see that more Ghanaians will be willing to go the lengths for the country because they know that some good will come out of it. We need to change our mentality and see beyond ourselves. Deborah sent that from Spintex. Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, team. Morning. We need we indeed reward bad behavior. Those who drive on the shoulders when there is traffic get away, while those who want to do the right thing are frustrated.
All right.
Good morning, Bernard. I still believe leadership is the key thing. If people are punished for the wrong they do, the values will come. There are bad people everywhere, but leadership shapes society. The leaders here have no values. How much more ordinary citizens? Prince from Airport said that. I am losing my patriotism as a citizen. Bernard, why should I break my back for Ghana and then immediately there's a change in government? I am targeted, heckled, and abused. Every government appointee is a government appointee is our appointment is not necessarily a political appointment. We unfortunately do not appreciate that. We are blinded by politics, and this has eaten away our values and ethics. We uphold evil if it's in our interest. It's a sad reality. Afua sent that from Amam from corruption in Ghana has been institutionalized in every sector. Politicians are just used as scapegoats. I come from the north, and the training we had was to learn the hard way to make it in life. But upon coming to the south 5 years ago, I can tell you that corruption is seen as a normal day's business. I did a course with the university here in the eastern region, and to my surprise, my supervisor will call me early in the morning and mostly on weekends for money to buy tea or beer before he can go through my work. What? Meanwhile, during my master's degree at UDS, I never experienced this.
Is that motivation or what?
From
facilitation
Let's hear a couple of voice notes that came through on this subject. So people are divided. I can say a large majority of listeners agree with my listener who sent this from Tanzania, that compared to Ghana, Tanzanians appear to be more patriotic, they are more disciplined, and the country is better organized. But let's hear some voice notes to corroborate and some debating this.
The value system and how we think about everything is the problem. Every challenge is seen from a money-making perspective, even in cases where you do not need money to solve it. Most of the solutions in Ghana are very projectized with the object of making money. So you see ministries, departments, and agencies fighting among themselves over projects. If individuals go for meetings, all they care about is making money for themselves and those sort of things. So I agree with you perfectly that the value system is the fundamental problem. If that is not solved, Bernard, we can bring the Singaporeans, the British, Americans, Japanese, and things will still be the same. That's my take on this.
Charlie, Bernard, I beg, this one, dear, I disagree with the Dar es Salaam message. Dar es Salaam, I've been in Dar es Salaam a couple of times. In fact, the last time I was in Dar es Salaam, I spent about 2 to 3 weeks at a conference. I was in a conference, but I was also doing a bit of movement around Dar es Salaam township. Charlie, I will share photos with you, photos of myself and my team members going through their Nima-like and Mamobi-like areas. Charlie. This one, we shouldn't be finishing ourselves like that every time as if Ghana, we are not doing anything at all. Sure.
All right, so the Jews are there. Let me take you to Professor Justice Bawale, who delivered a very, very interesting lecture exactly a week ago today, his inaugural lecture on the issue of corruption. And I'm going to give you the title again. It's nicely titled. He calls it, just a minute.
While you do that.
No, I have it. Our corruption, our ethics, our public administration, wicked citizens, wicked problems, and stagnating development. This is his inaugural lecture. He said, wicked citizens, wicked problems, and stagnating development. So let's listen to some highlights of that particular one.
So as you can see, we have stagnated. But let me share with you something that caught up with me very early in the years when I got appointed as a lecturer. I studied and was assigned to teach ethics. And I fell in love with it. Whilst I looked for cases that I could engage my students with, I designed a very simple hypothetical case. In this case, I build a story around a typical civil service employee or public servant. The story goes like you are an assistant to the chief director. The chief director has oversight over procurement. The chief director has assigned you responsibilities for the past 5 years to pre-evaluate contract documents. That every contractor you had actually pre-evaluated and put number one won the contract. Madam Chair, your salary is 300 cedis at the time in 2008. You lived in Kaswa and struggled with Trotro. Your father had died and you were looking for money to perform a befitting funeral. Your son needed to go to school and you must find the money. Your wife's birthday was up and you needed to produce the cash. Your HR officer had called you to warn you that because you live in Kaswa, you come to work late, you will get transferred to Yeji. A contract comes up for award. Your boss calls you and hands over the document to you and says to you, please do this quickly, Monday we will meet. On Saturday morning, a contractor you know very well comes to see you in your house. Young man, you know me, I have capacity to deliver this project. But I know that there are equally competent contractors. But I need this job. I have here, and the contract is worth $10 million. I have here $50,000 and keys to cars that I bought for my son who never used it because he went abroad. Please take this as my commitment to the deal, and that if you do the right things, we shall celebrate afterwards. And then he hands over the envelope to you. Madam Chair, once we read this case in class, I would typically ask the students, and typically this will be prior to discussing the topic on gifts and bribes. So the students will be asked to discuss whether or not this is a gift or a bribe. In most instances since 2008, about 99% of the students will say this is not a gift. And then the first question, I have 10 questions following this. Would you accept the gift? And the result is what you see, Madam Chair. So once they agree, the question is, will you accept the gift? 55.6% of the students say, yes, we would accept the gift. Then I say the next question, if you were sure that this is not a setup, in other words, sir, gift away, fine, it's very, very clean. Will you or will you not take? The percentage goes up to 58.7%. Then I introduce a constraint. If you were not sure, it looks like this is a Nas or Manasseh Azuri. Will you or will you not? The percentage drops to 29.4. If your salary was higher than 300, perhaps 5,000, percentage drops to 35.7. If you could get a loan from the bank to finance the constraints that you currently face, percentage is 35.7. If you were sure that an anti-corruption agency will find you out, would you 16.5% say yes, they will? Madam Chair, one of the young men asked me an intriguing question in class. He says, sir, did you say the money was $10 million? I said, yes. Did you say that the man brought $5,000, $50,000? I said, yes. I said, Papa, when you threw me at the Papa. And then he asked me the follow-up question. Sir, do you make 1 million in a year? I said, no. He says, okay, if I take 1 million from this project and they jail me 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, I could still come back and enjoy the loot, huh? Then he said to me in slangs, say you're wild, you're wild. Now look at it. We said if you were sure that when caught you will get jailed, 13% says yes, we will take the bribe. Now, but what is intriguing to me is that when I put the question, if you know your boss has been accepting such gifts, would you also accept? 51.5% of the people say, if my boss has been accepting, I will accept. So if you are here and you are a boss, like I am at the business school over my colleagues, my behavior has significant implications for what others do. Then I pose a religious question. If you were not religious and you were sure that there was no heaven anywhere, would you accept the gift? 58% say yes, if there was no heaven. And if they were not religious, they would accept. And the reason why our religious institutions would have to play a critical role, and thank you, Chair, when we ask the question, would you, in a situation like this, consider shame as a barrier? 39.4% of the people says, yes, they will consider shame as a barrier. But a significant number, almost 60% of the people say, no, shame is not a barrier. In other words, you can do what you want to do. Madam Chair, the role of leadership is critical, and our study on public sector leadership, subordinate ethical diffusion conundrum actually outlines how leadership plays a critical role in the ethical and moral temperature of the organization. It's estimated that, and you can look at the next study. In that study, we engage business people to establish the extent to which corruption actually hurts their businesses. And a significant number of business people tell us that most times they are forced by necessity to play ball, and that if you did not, you would not survive.
Excerpts of Professor Justice Baoli's almost 1.5 hour lecture. His argument is that the values are the real cause of development. So if you say a country is to develop, to have a good life or better life for citizens, it's really a values question, an ethics question. And his point comes back to the original texter around Tanzania. And again, I'm not trying to round down Ghana, but I feel like sometimes we need to look in the mirror and say there are aspects of our values we need to work on if we are to develop as a country. So yeah, lots of comments coming through on this, I should say. So lots. If you can read some for us.
There's one from Tony who is asking a question that on what basis do we think the average Tanzanian has not traveled as much as the Ghanaian? Typical Ghanaian mentality is a question you have.
Well, the texter says this person who sent that information has lived there and says that generally Ghanaians travel more. And I tend to agree, because from the evidence I have, when you go to other countries where a lot of Africans converge, and they do, in fact, I've seen data on Africans who live in different parts of the world. Consistently, Nigerians and Ghanaians far outpace every other group, except possibly Zimbabweans. So it's not just typical. We're actually using data to say this. So unless the person has contrary evidence, this is actually data-based. Ghanaians tend to be more present, particularly in the Western world, than the typical East African. All right. There are two comments here that I felt would help the discussion in relation to what Bernard. I listen to Citi FM every morning in Nairobi. Have also worked in Kenya over the last 3 years. Though we see protest, Kenya is far more developed than Ghana. Just like Tanzania, they are proud of their country. Good roads with 40-minute expressway. High-rise buildings all over. Again, the fintechs have blended so well with their financial institutions, so make life so easier to stay. Another one. Good morning, bro. I was seconded to Barclays, Tanzania. I was not excited going there because I thought it was less developed. But I was shocked when I got there. Truly, the roads were clean, transport was organized, plastics banned, and they used paper bags. Buildings were organized. Charlie, I could go on and on and on. These are people I know personally texting.
Yeah.
So you can read a few more.
Well, good morning, Honorable Bernard and team. That lecturer is 1 in 1,000. My lecturer would rather keep on reminding me of our meeting. Okay, Mamaga from Tema, I didn't get the last part. We do not have to rely on the values of people if we can enforce laws to make the act right, make the system work, and the people will have no choice but change for the better. Hello, Bernard, please. The person who says he came from the north and there is corruption here, mostly down south, is very wrong. Even here in the north, it's equally bad. There is a sense of entitlement and greed among my people here. Steve sends that from Tamale Saka precisely. Hello, CBS. The core responsibility of leadership is to shape mindsets and drive behavioral change. A nation's people reflect their leaders, just as leaders reflect the people they serve. For meaningful change to happen, either the people must demand a shift in leadership or leaders must inspire a shift in the people's behavior. Many of the countries we admire today for good governance only got there after a bold and drastic change in leadership. Tanzania had Magafui, remember, Adam from Adenta Sender through Papa Bernard. Ghanaians value going to church, but our attitudes often do not reflect this commitment in our daily activities. It's important for us to align our actions with our beliefs, demonstrating the values we cherish in our interactions with others and in our communities. By embodying the principles we learn in church, by embodying, thank you, by embodying the principles we learn in church, we can foster a more compassionate and supportive society. God never helped those who failed to help themselves. DJ Nature sent that. Bernard, I am a Ghanaian and I study our character a lot. I think Ghanaians from the time of Kwame Nkrumah to the 90s were very good, hospitable and respectful, but the Ghanaian now is a hypocrite. John Abbott sent that from Sakomono. Bernard, Ghana's problems are deeply rooted in the lack of values and a sense of patriotism. How many mayors have led the Accra Metropolitan Assembly with the agenda of clearing our streets? Recently, the current mayor of Accra was on the streets clearing hawkers of pedestrian walkways to ease traffic on our roads. One woman publicly stated that her party is in power and that she should be allowed to sell there. That was when I gave up on our intellect as a country. Maybe there is some glimpse of hope in the upcoming generation with more education and open-mindedness. Daniel sent that from Kufuria. Bernard. It is clear that our major problem is no love for country. We live by the mantra, each man for himself, God for us all. Everyone is thinking about how to make much to insulate himself and his family from the brokenness of the country. I dare say that the way we have run our democracy has made it worse. The software must be changed intentionally through schools, movies, songs, and the use of social media. We can be so much better than we are now. Eric sent that from Dan Suman.
More comments?
I was recently sent to Guinea to provide technical assistance to their national laboratory, which functions similarly as FDA. Upon arrival, I needed to exchange some dollars to buy food, so I stepped out in search of a forex bureau. Fortunately, I heard a few guys speaking Tree along the way, and I approached them, glad to have found fellow Ghanaians. They offered help, or so I thought, only for me to discover the following week that they had shortchanged me by $20. It's disheartening to admit, but as Ghanaians, we seem to have lost our values. Even when we are outside our country, we cheat each other and still carry ourselves with pride as a gateway to Africa and the first sub-Saharan country to gain independence. Sadly, I've experienced the same behavior from Ghanaians in other countries too. We need a serious mindset shift. National pride means nothing if it's not backed by integrity. Alfred from Spintex Sender.
Are you sure that was not for facilitation?
Oh, facilitation. Facilitating what?
Sometimes.
All right, Busera Bani.
Yes, let's go on.
Busera Bani sent this from Central Hill. and he says that we as Ghanaians are overly religious, but we are wicked. Let's look at the killings going on. Let's look at the profiteering in our markets. Let's look at how much a landlord or landlady wants to charge for rent. Let's look at the indiscipline on our roads. Let's look at the garbage on the streets. We simply preach values everywhere and practice vices everywhere. But just two examples for you, yeah? I picked an Uber, and this guy, you know, when you don't put on the seatbelt, that beeping sound that comes, right? This is the second time this is happening. The thing kept beeping, and I was like, bro, what's happening? And he said, oh, it's the seatbelt. I was like, so why don't you put it on? He was not minding me, so I was now insisting, prevailing on him to put the seatbelt on. And the guy told me that, look, you have 10 minutes to get to your destination, and I'll disembark you so I can continue.
Because you told him to.
Yes, you can't come and disturb his peace of mind.
A boat driver.
I'm telling you.
Good morning. As you speak, there's a nice car with a man supposed to be a gentleman because he is in white shirt and tie. Amazingly listening to Citi and has parked right in a curve, dropping people off, but not bothered about anything around him. And alone causing traffic. How selfish can one be?
You didn't give us his car number, his location, and things like that.
Let me share a message from, but this is on the scholarships. So this is from an ardent listener as well. Government scholarships should give priority to defined disciplines based on a clear national development strategy. For example, AI, automation, engineering, climate, green and blue economy. And he goes on to say it's wasteful for government scholarships to be granted for people to study HR, marketing, and the like. No high-level political appointee's child should benefit from government scholarship.
Okay. A few more comments on this issue coming through on our numbers.
All right, I like the controls he introduced, especially the salary and the access to alternative funds part. These led to a drop in acceptance of the bribe. A lot of the corruption we see and decry is the very low wages and structures that create the environment where it's nearly a necessity to have alternative income sources. Not condoning receiving bribes, but the solution must be holistic and tackle what makes these things attractive, and must tackle what makes these things attractive to the point of seeming necessary. Jacob sent that from Oyarifa.
Let me read a final couple here before we move to something else. Here's another person lamenting attitudes. It says, good morning. As for values in Ghana, I don't know where we can find it, from home to school, church, work, etc. without any shame. I agree with the message. Unless we start from basics in our home. I've suffered this in my career. The latest is where my dad, who told me I should understand that I can't carry Ghana on my head. I was mocked by some colleagues in office in 2023 when I was awarded the integrity personality by a state-owned institution as internal auditor. Some of my colleagues looked me in the eye and said integrity doesn't bring money and that the award should have included cash. In fact, top management of the institution started frustrating me just because of that award. In my over 18 years in public service, I tell you, holding high values and fighting corruption, it's only God. I'm still suffering. This is from a listener in Adenta. Well, for me, I would simply say that we should just learn from other people, and then we should also link some of the stories we cover to these values things. So, for example, somebody sends me a photo of people in another country on a construction site, and almost everybody in the construction site is wearing a reflective cloth. These are the basic things that certain countries enforce that we allow. The issue about where people park. You'll be driving and somebody has done double parking. When you ask him, he'll just say, go to hell. So there's a lot of simple things that we should be looking at and admit that we need to change. All right. Somebody sent me a video of the Graphic Road and says for the past few years, a market has been developing near Daily Graphic. And every time it goes, it's getting worse. And yet the people cannot move. Or nobody wants to move them for whatever reason. So we allow a lot of things to get to a point where it becomes a national problem. And then we have to use brute force to solve it. It's also a values issue, right? 904 on the Citi Breakfast Show. A couple of messages have come, but we have 3 quick interviews to do, and I'm going to turn my attention to them shortly. But Caleb, you need to help me with a few announcements. Final call for registration. Parents' time is running out. The Nyansapa Institute STEM Bootcamp kicks off soon, and this is your final chance to enroll your child in a world-class tech experience from July 21 to August 8. Academic City. students will dive into artificial intelligence and robotics, coding, 3D design and printing, cybersecurity, and so much more. This year, we are bringing STEM instructors from the US as part of the first phase of international exchange program, giving your child direct access to global knowledge, expertise, and mentorship from the US right here in Ghana. To be part of the Nyansapo Institute STEM Bootcamp, call 053-711-7334. Nyansapo Institute, where Ghana's future tech leaders begin. Don't forget, Saturday, July 26th, Independence Square hosts the APSA Black Star Marathon with a full marathon at 42 kilometers and then the 10-kilometer jog, run, or walk. If you haven't registered yet, no stress. You can secure your spot and grab your race vest, t-shirt, and bib at the APSA Clubhouse at Ridge near the former British High Commission from now to July 24th. You can also sign up at blackstarmarathon.com or dial star 713 star 33 star 22 hash. And well, our children leave home neat and return looking different. Well, it's all because of non-stop action, and of course sports burns energy. So those sweatshirts or those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active. That's why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them the nutritious Milo every day. Milo contains vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further.
And if you're ready for your next big adventure in your career or your company seeking top-tier talent to boost productivity and drive impact, then the Design and Technology Institute, DTI, has something amazing on the horizon. Get ready for the DTI Job and Opportunities Fair. It's happening at the Citi Conference Center, Department of Economics, University of Ghana, Lagos, tomorrow and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. This isn't just any job fair. It is the Career Expedition Pathways, Partnerships, Possibilities, and Mindset Journey towards self-discovery. Participate in the Career Treasure Hunt, a talent matching competition designed to help you secure an internship or job placement opportunity and much more. Get face-to-face interaction with companies and get insights into their work and job opportunities that they offer. It's an event that's brought to you by DTI and the MasterCard Foundation. Our media partner, CDFM and Multimedia Group. Call 053-651-9313 to register or for more information. Be there and find your next possibility. Bring your dream to life. Attention please. This is an account information update call from Omni Basic Bank to all our beautiful customers. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.ga to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, call 030 708 6000 or 080 010 0790. Have a beautiful day. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. So there is great news. Traveling to South Africa just got easier thanks to the visa waiver agreement. Ghanaians can now explore beautiful South Africa without the hassle of a visa. And guess what? South African Airways flies you directly from Accra to Johannesburg, the gateway to unforgettable experiences, from the scenic beauty of Cape Town to glamorous wedding venues and world-class wine farms, vibrant birthday parties, girls getaways, high-end business conferences. South Africa is calling you, my friend. If you're planning to travel with your friends, family, or colleagues, SAA offers special group packages including flights, hotel stays, and guided tours. Call us now, 0302 783 676. WhatsApp 0509 256 511. Book your flight to South Africa now. Fly with South African Airways, connecting you directly to unforgettable moments. Now, if you're upgrading your office space, you have to call the experts. You want a healthy chair that takes care of your spine, don't you? So call Expert Office Furnish Company Limited for ergonomic swivel chairs today. Ergonomic swivel chairs have intelligent seat cushion with dynamic bionic spine pressure relief design. The dynamic smart motion back support technology is equipped with double wings, support chips, and has great benefits for your health. So Expert Office Furnish Company Limited is where to visit for your executive desks, cabinet, conference, and office furniture that suits your budget. Locate us off the Atomic Hills Estate on the Asori Junction near ASI Plaza, Showman Estates. 0571 386 600 or 0244 280 532 is the number to call. Our website is www.expertofficefurnish.com. Find us on our socials. Expert Office Furnish, your health, your wealth.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when the children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
No stop action, mommy. All the learning and sports demands a lot of energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kids have been very active.
Hey, Asamo!
Your jams need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This app is FDA approved.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
A global move is about to hit Ghana. Global Prayer Work Summit. Join Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, along with Reverend Eastwood Anaba, Reverend Dr. Robert Ampia Kofi, and Bishop Dr. Bernard Audrey Asari. Deep worship from Joe Metal, Sandra Boachidua, and Simeon at the Prayer Cathedral, Action Chapel International, for prayer sessions on Thursday, 17th July, and Friday, 18th, at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. And on Saturday, 19th July, we close with power. Join us at 7 a.m. for Morning Glory. Then at 9 a.m., 2 breakout sessions. Leadership breakfast for ministry leaders and pastors. The Next Gen Youth Empowerment session with Honorable Samuel Narte George and Honorable Francis Asenso Boache. Don't miss this divine moment from July 17th to 19th. Stream every session on Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams' official pages or watch it on Dominion TV on free-to-air DSTV channel 352 and GoTV channel 213. Watch it live and be changed.
The 2025 ABSA Black Star Marathon is right around the corner, and hey, guess what? You can still jump in. Register now at blackstarmarathon.com or dial *713*33*22# to secure your spot in the 42.2K marathon or 10K run, walk, jog. This is your chance to be part of Ghana's premier marathon, happening live on Saturday, July 26th, 6 a.m. at the Independence Square, Accra. ABSA Black Star Marathon. Your story matters.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or City FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. If you make it to level 2 and go on to win level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round JHS student in Ghana. So, Get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Quarter past 9, this is still the City Breakfast Show. On a day we're reflecting on Ghanaian values. He who looks himself in the mirror and forgets what he is. I think that's the real issue for Ghanaians. We don't like to look ourselves in the mirror. Anyway, so as we've said, the literacy challenge is happening and we're encouraging our children to put in an essay. We're also speaking to some authors. A couple of days ago, I spoke to Demi Lecha, who's done her first book, fiction work, very nice indeed. Now, my guest for today is Nanama Bakman.
Nice.
She's the publishing manager of and human resources and admin manager at Back Press. We know Back Press, don't we?
Solid.
And she has a degree in English.
Kai.
Mercy.
My God.
And a master's in publishing.
Yeah,
so this is her area.
Yes.
Now, she's the author of 9 children's books.
Come on.
And 1 adult Christian book.
Oh, nice.
Now, the children's books are made up of 8 titles in the Adventures of Naughty Kofi series. The Adventures of Naughty Kofi series.
It has to be a Kofi.
You have to read some of the pages for me.
I look forward to it.
And then she's also written a book called Wanna's Song. And then her adult Christian book is titled Confessions of an African Christian. And then she's also a strong advocate of encouraging reading in children and is a patron of the Sakumana Children's Library. Wow, you do so much.
I try.
Sakumana Children's Library.
Yes.
Do people still go to libraries?
People still go to libraries, but they are not as available. There are not a lot of libraries set up across Ghana.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of place for people to go where they are going to go and read and access books.
And do they read physical books or they read tablet books?
We find that actually for children, they do encourage them to actually read more physical books.
Like this?
Yes, like what you have in front of you.
I see.
Just so that they like reduce screen time and actually learn to hold paper and just, interact with the finished product. Yes.
Some people are trying to use kids' love for screen time to channel that into reading. So they're saying, let's put the books on the tablet so they read, score points. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think of that.
I think the way the world is going, it's important for them to be able to use both. But I just really do like having a physical book to look at and feel and interact.
To smell it.
To smell that paper.
Yes, please.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. So tell me about your journey into becoming a writer. How did it start?
Okay, so I grew up with a mom who loved to read.
Okay.
So we always had books, in the house and stuff like that. And so I always liked reading. But I didn't really think I would get into even publishing up until my second year university, where I was like, I actually could do this. Also having a father who has a printing press.
Okay.
They were both related.
Okay.
So that's how I got into that. But the writing, actually, I was writing more adult stories when I was in university.
Okay.
But then I started working at Back Press and I'm heading the publishing department.
Okay.
And they want us to focus on children's books. And I'm not getting manuscripts that I like. So I'm like, hey, Nanama, what are you going to do? So I'm a believer, so I prayed.
Okay.
I said, God, I'm begging you, please, just give me something to write for children. So I say that prayer 2 weeks after. I wake up around 5.
Wow.
And the ideas just dropped.
Boom.
Boom.
Wow.
They dropped. I took my phone, wrote the things down, and then when I woke up properly, I started working on the series.
And one of this is what we've seen.
Yeah, so this actually is I think the 6th book. But the first ones actually came out in 2015.
Wow.
So since 2015 I've been writing.
So you were not finding enough children material.
Yes.
To publish.
Yes.
And God said you are the response. Now that's interesting. So you grew up in a house where you were encouraged to read.
Yes.
And your dad had a printing press, so you are not too far from. But why do you think we find it so difficult to get appropriate books for kids written within a Ghanaian context in this country?
I think there are quite a number of different reasons for
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
The first one I think would be our educational system and the
Mm.
value that we place on fiction.
Mm.
Because a
Mm.
lot of times when you speak to people growing up, they
Mm.
are reading because they have to pass exams. And so they don't really see the value
Oh.
actually in actually spending time to read stories that won't help you in your exams per se. And so I think that as a society,
Mm.
it's very exam driven,
Yeah.
which is important.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be a balance.
Mhm.
Also, too, as well, I find that you know how they say, be a doctor, be a
Engineer,
lawyer, be an
lawyer.
engineer. So people are not really leaning towards
Mm.
creative industries, creative work.
Mm.
And so you find that somebody might want to write,
Mhm.
but they might not actually even have the tools or resources to actually refine their craft.
Yeah.
So I think that across board, we
Mm.
actually have maybe a fundamental problem around how we approach reading and how we approach books.
Wow, that's very interesting. But how important is reading to a person's development, do you think?
I think reading is as important as breathing.
Hey.
No, honestly, I really do think that.
What?
No, I think that.
That's heavy.
I think that because
Mhm.
if you read, you are exposed to other people's thoughts,
Mhm.
other people's expressions, other
Mhm.
people's cultures, etc.
Mhm.
And I feel like if
Mhm.
you are not reading, you will be very limited in even how you think,
Mm.
how you interact with people, how you actually even view the world and yourself.
Mhm.
And so if you find yourself that you are not reading, I find that you are actually doing yourself a great disservice.
So when I was in university primary school,
Mhm.
we were given books to read from basically class 1.
Mm.
So here we go off to play, out and about, my little books, and then we went all the way till class 5ish, and then you would read Brave and Bold. That was the last book that you had to have finished. Now these were great books, but the challenge was that they were all about the UK, and then there were the Enid Blyton books as well.
Yes.
So I think the problem we identify of not having enough Ghanaian children's books is a big problem. So you've decided you will solve it partially by writing yourself, but
Yes.
how do we encourage authors to venture into this space? What do we need to do? Is it incentives that we don't have? Is it that they don't have the skill? How do we get more people to want to write? I mean, I like even the book you've given me. It just looks nice,
Yes, it has to be nice. It has to be appealing.
you know.
So the child will be engaged.
So answer my question. I'll read some portions of your book.
Okay.
On air.
I think that to get people to write, there has to be some encouragement.
Mhm.
So for me, for example, my dad did not say, Nanama, because I'm doing printing, you have to go into printing.
Mhm.
He gave us the opportunity to figure out what we wanted to do. So I'd actually simply encourage parents and even friends that if you have somebody that you know has an interest in writing, don't discourage them. Don't. And I would also ask the government, if possible, that, if you have a people that read, you have a people that are more engaged,
Mhm.
and the people that actually are more, in quotes, valuable to you because of how they would interact with themselves,
Mhm.
where you are not there. So I feel like I would encourage people to see reading as a necessity.
Mhm.
And then if also, different organizations could come together to probably sponsor writing workshops.
Mhm.
In the UK, there's the London Book Fair.
Mhm.
And when I was in school, I was able to attend it, and I was in awe.
Mm.
I was like a JJC, just walking about,
When it just
like
comes.
eyes open. Because I just saw such value in books.
Mhm.
And there's a book fair for children called the Bologna Children's Book Fair,
Nice.
where you have a whole city coming together
Mhm.
to encourage reading. So I think that
Mm.
on like the family level and the
Yeah.
national level, there
Yeah.
has to be a certain collaboration where
Yeah.
the country sees reading as important.
You know what's interesting at Pyoko is that on Tuesday, Demi, who's like a scientist, medical
through.
person, sort of pivoted in 2020 to start writing, and then now we have Nanama, who is a writer.
Right.
Right. So it's like you can become a writer irrespective of the path you choose.
Absolutely.
Because I think it seems like everybody has to be an anama if you want. So it's like if you want to be a writer, go and do English at some university. Go and do. But it looks like you can also be an engineer, a lawyer, a doctor, and still write. How important is that? Api?
No, it's true. We have a typical example. We run the Writers Project on Citi here on Sunday evenings on Citi FM, right? Which is put together by the Writers Project of Ghana. One of the co-directors, Dr. Martin Blogwe, is a professor of physics.
Can you imagine?
HOD of the physics department of the University of Ghana.
And the first host of a show I used to go on Radio Universe is called...
Read a book?
No. This show was hosted by Teddy Totime.
By Teddy Totime.
Dr.
Open Air Theatre. Right, Teddy is a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
But he's a great writer.
You have Professor Lade Wosonu.
Yeah.
Chemist through and through. I mean, you name
scientist.
it.
He's actually a surgeon.
He is.
He's
but one
of
our most celebrated poets in Ghana. Yeah. You know, and one of the living legends that we have in this space.
Yeah.
So it's very possible. But how does that happen? Bernard, we've spoken so many times, you and I, about the fact that unfortunately in Ghana, we are very binary thinkers.
Yeah.
You're either NDC or MPP. Instead of being a Ghanaian.
Yep.
You're either exactly. Instead of being a football fan. It's either black or white. Instead of seeing all the colors in between. And that's how we are trained. So it does go back to the educational system. One, we have a problem in our senior high school section where you're either a science student or an art student or a visual arts student. If you don't fit into any of those three, then you're wading your way through just to get a WASI certificate. In 2025, nobody is doing that. The whole world has moved towards transformational education. And that means that in the science classroom, you're using art.
So there's so-called STEAM.
Exactly. I'll give you an example. I mean, Nana and I were in school.
She's your mate?
Together. Yes, we were in TS together, prefects together, in Northridge together at a point.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember, so we did the IB diploma, and we had a math class one day, standard math. And the teacher asked us he didn't say draw, he said create a right angle triangle. And we're in groups. And he said, what is this? And he said, but whatever you do, don't draw it on paper.
Okay.
That was the only instruction. So now the groups went out. Some people went to find sticks, arrange them to do the triangle. My group, we took an empty mineral water bottle, did some calculations, punched a hole in it, filled it with water. And then when you put it on a plane, and the water starts coming out, it draws the triangle.
My God.
This was a mathematics class.
What grade was this?
We were in grade 11.
Hey, Charlie.
17 years old.
You do some more.
No, so that is the kind of thing that opens a person's mind. So by the time you're a surgeon, wherever you are in the world, you understand that no, there's still a creative part of my brain. There's still the importance of giving back to society, and that can also be through writing, like what Nanama is doing.
I just wanted to read the first few lines of the book. To the shock of everyone in his class, Kofi Opoku was made library prefect for the month.
What?
He was surprised. And was even more surprised when he was called into a meeting with Mrs. Somoa, the headmistress, where she told him that she was the one who had recommended that he be made library prefect. This was surprising, since Kofi was known as the naughtiest boy in Botikrom, and being library prefect was a big responsibility. Mrs. Somoa told him she believed in him and wanted to give him a chance to show that he wasn't all about tricks and being naughty. Kofi was stunned and promised her he would be the best library prefect Botikrom Primary had ever had. That's a great opening. So now we begin to wonder whose name will be on the talkative list. Let's do page 2. Kofi, give me the names of those who've been talking in the library. Mrs. Alasan, the librarian, asked Kofi. Here are the names, Mrs. Alasan, Kofi replied, handing her a piece of paper. She looked quickly through the names and returned to her desk. She would have given them to the headmistress, and those who had been talking would have been given a special assignment. Did you write my name? Araba whispered to Kofi. Kofi looked at her and put his finger on his lips, signaling that she should keep quiet. Kofi, did you write my name? Dela whispered to him as well. He ignored him and continued reading his book. The bell rang soon after for the end of the library period, and the pupils quietly filed out of the library to their classrooms. On the walk back to class, Araba and Dela asked Kofi again if he had written their names. He did not answer. Oh my God. All right, so a couple of things. We're asking young people to write. How important is it to get involved in things like essay competitions? So, because you've said reading is like breathing.
Yes.
So if reading is like breathing, what is writing like?
Writing is Like swimming. Reading, writing, swimming.
Oh my God, Charlie, this is amazing.
I think that young people
Yeah.
should participate in writing competitions
Mhm.
because I think that competition is good.
Yeah.
I think that people don't know how to even in quotes lose gracefully.
I tell
Just
you.
even focusing on the competition
true,
side of things.
true,
So
true.
if they allow themselves to participate in these activities,
Yep.
they will realize that they will build a bit of resilience
Mhm.
and be able to stand when things don't go the way they want to.
Mm.
Also, competitively writing helps you to better refine your craft.
Correct.
Because you want to get better and
Mm.
better and better.
Mm.
And if you are able to refine your writing craft,
Mhm.
it will open doors for you that you'll be very surprised about.
Amazing
Because if
stuff.
you can write well, you can communicate well.
Yeah.
Anybody would want to have you around them or in their
And
team.
we can have more quality writers like
Yes.
you. Then when we go to get books for our kids, they will not be reading just foreign material,
Yes.
but material that's also contextual.
Yes.
Don't forget the literacy challenge is on this year. The first level is an essay competition with a topic in not less than 600 words. Discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana, identifying the effects on individuals, families, communities, and the nation, and more importantly, suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Nanama, where can we get your books to buy, by the way?
They are available at EPP, at Vedia Books,
Like this.
Octo Books,
Ah.
Methodist Bookshop,
Mm.
most stationery shops across the country. We are also on Amazon. Some titles are there, so we are spreading our
Schools
wings.
that are doing speech days, please use their books as prize. I remember the prize I got in class 3. In my primary school, I only got prize twice, class 3 and class 4. So class 3, I got a book called Borrowing the Plantain Fan.
Wow.
That's San Wukong, the Monkey King.
The Monkey King.
The Monkey King, Borrowing the Plantain Fan. And then grade 4, I got a prize for good progress. And that prize was first aid in English.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of my
I remember
favorites.
that book.
That's when you learn collective nouns
Yes.
and stuff. Really good book. So yeah, let's use some of the number books for prizes for speech day. I
And
like the
also work them
naughty-
into the curriculum. I mean, some
Yeah, as supplementary
on some
reading.
level it's there.
Yeah.
On some level it's there.
No, you
We
do
need
all.
that.
No, you do all. You do all.
Thank
You do all.
you.
Because
Sally.
children also need to see themselves reflected in the books
Exactly.
they read. You
Like
see
the
a
naughty
name,
Kofi.
Mrs. Sumwa,
Yes.
Mrs. Al Hassan,
Yes.
Della. These
You
are
see that
names
things.
that are
Yeah.
around us. So,
It's very important that they see themselves in the
Which is why we need more write up. You need to write too.
well, I do, Bernard. I
You need
do.
to anoint me.
No,
with
don't
the
worry.
oil to write.
I will. Don't
I
worry.
need it.
I will. I'll anoint you.
We've been talking to Nanama Backman, publishing manager at Back Press, and she's a fantastic children's author. And I need to steal these books from her. We'll find a way. Apio Kosera Mashong is our head of programs production. When we come back, we have 2 big interviews as well. There's a big lecture coming up later tonight. And then we also have a big event this weekend.
Company you keep.
Stay with us.
Out to bring. Cause they came to do drugs and you came to sing. So if you're gonna be the best, I'ma tell
This
you
is
how.
the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's time! You want to stand out, level up, and be your best self? Then you need more than vibes.
You need the grace to excel. You need Max Out
2025.
Hosted by KICC Ghana.
Max Out is the ultimate 3-day youth conference.
Connect with like-minded youth
and find answers to your questions in the Word of God. We've got powerful speakers like Pastor Andy and Helen Yorson, Bernard Avle,
and Reverend Prince Nyako, breaking it all down.
Spiritually, mentally, career-wise, and even relationships, nothing is off limits.
It's all happening at KICC Dominion Center on Friday, July 18th at 6:30 p.m.
Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. and the grand finale on Sunday, July 20th at 8 a.m. with live ministrations from La Famille Music,
King's Kid, exhibitions, Q&As, and more. This isn't a conference you want to miss.
Follow at KICCGH_Royals on socials for all the gist.
And entry is free. Max Out 2025. Come receive the grace to excel. Let's go.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them all. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, Mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Hey, everything has transformed. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some Milo at breakfast.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast. Now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, where
Where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Inyaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
It's 36 after 9, and if you're ready to elevate your HR game, then don't miss HR Connect Conference 2025, happening on August 8th at the luxurious Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel. The theme for this year is Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workforce. Come and learn from top HR minds, including Patricia Obonai, Margaret Jackson, Dr. Stella Ajeni Boating, and others who will share real-world strategies on leadership, wellness, people analytics, and future workplace trends. Packages include a masterclass with certificates, exhibitions, and speed coaching with certified coaches. It's a full day of inspiring keynotes and powerful panels, HR tech showcases, and bold conversations that will change how you lead. It's going for 1,500 Ghana cedis in person, 1,000 cedis online. Register now to book your seat. For more information, 020-863-3809, 054-122-2365. HR Connect 2025, Lead, Connect, Transform. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Piva Cola flavor, Piva Orange fruit drink, Piva Cocktail fruit drink, Grapefruit drink, Piva Tangy fruit drink, best in with the tangerine flavor. It's available now. Grab yours today. Call us 0550-032-231. Find us at a local store near you. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. Now, you've heard this morning that reading is as important as breathing. Writing is like swimming. Francis Bacon says that reading makes a full man, writing makes an exact man, conference makes a ready man. So let's talk about a conference in the form of a memorial lecture and mission fund that is happening tonight. So it's a lecture happening tonight. It's the 8th Dankwa Memorial Lecture and Mission Fund being undertaken by the Ghana Fellowship of Evangelical Students, GAFES. And I'm happy to have in studio Mr. Isaac Mensah-Newton, GAFES National Director, as well as Susan Affle. She's a planning committee member. And of course, Reverend Emmanuel Mauli Akhrija is also part of the TB Dankwa Planning Committee. He's the chair. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
So today's lecture is focused on Galamsey and is themed an ethical, environmental, developmental dilemma, a godly response. and you say that with the issue of Galamsey is a profound ethical and spiritual dilemma that demands a godly response. That's very serious. Why do you say so, Reverend?
Well, this Galamsey, now we can tell that is very destructive. Our waters are being polluted. Our forests are being forested, and it's even a health issue. So definitely this makes it a spiritual issue. God is concerned about our environment. He's concerned about the human beings in it. Anything that degrades humanity is a spiritual issue, and it's ethical.
Right.
So we believe that there's a need for us now to look at it from the biblical perspective as
So
well.
looking at it from the spiritual dilemma, godly response. So who's the speaker,
Well, this year's lecture, we are privileged to have one of our own, the Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng,
Okay.
speak on the subject.
That's interesting. And who are some of the people who can be there? Who are some of the voices we'll be seeing? And are we invited? Is the public
Well,
invited?
this is I would say, a national conversation that really requires any well-meaning Ghanaian to be part of this lecture. I want to believe with where we have reached with the subject of Galamsey, virtually, I mean, you can't be in Accra and say, I don't care, because maybe you're not close to where these things are happening because of the impact of it on everyone. And so it's actually open to everyone, I mean, who really, thinks that this issue needs to be discussed, needs to be talked about, is welcome to participate in this lecture.
Fantastic. I'll come to Susan to tell me the date, the time, the venue. Of course, we know it's today, where exactly, but interesting name I've seen here, TB Dankwa. Who is TB Dankwa? Why is this lecture series held in his honor? Tell me the bigger story behind this annual lecture.
Well, Reverend wants me to speak.
Please,
to that.
go ahead.
I'd like to say good morning to your esteemed listeners. It's a joy to be here. All right, so Reverend Dr. T.B. Dankwa is such a personal leader, to the point that he becomes so personal to people that he mentors. So to a large extent, many of us have grew to call him Uncle T.B. Dankwa.
Right.
But this person that I would like to rather call Uncle T.B. Dankwa was somebody who was a patriot, I would say. Somebody who really loved his country and sought to do his little bit for the common good of the nation. He was somebody who came across as a discipler and a mentor of leaders.
Okay.
He was somebody that I'll call a Christian statesman. But for me as a woman, one thing that really draws my attention is the testimony of his own wife, where in public she said that this man I'm married to is truly a man of God. I mean, if you want to know the character of a man, of a human being,
Speak to their spouses, right?
I'm telling
Amazing.
you, speak to the people who know them best.
Right.
And so this man is the kind of person we are honoring,
Right.
in a certain sense, the legacy that he led behind, the legacy that came across in his passion for leadership and training leaders and modeling that, and all the work that he did.
That's amazing. So tonight it's happening. The lecture is happening. The lecture focusing on Galamsey, ethical, environmental development, dilemma, godly response is happening tonight.
Yes.
Where would it be? What time is it? Who is invited? Of course, you've told us we are invited. So where
It's at the British Council.
Okay.
Yes, the British Council right in town.
Mhm.
And it's there because we want all professionals to have easy access.
Okay.
We're inviting especially Christian professionals because now we want the Christian people of this country to rise up and do something about it. I mean, we are supposed to be 70% Christian, and this Galamsey thing is assuming epic dimensions, and it is the majority of us. So let us come and discuss how we can make a difference at Christmas. Where is the gap? Galamsey doesn't happen through spirits, it happens through people. You know, so where is the gap? So it's at the British Council, and we are asking all our Christian professionals to please drive to the venue.
Okay.
It starts at 6 p.m.
Okay.
But we hope you'll be there by 5 p.m.
Reverend
5:30.
Afija, I mean, in wrapping up, we've had lectures on conversation, demonstrations on Galamsey, conversations, lectures, all of that on Galamsey, and recently the president has said that it's reached very, disastrous proportions. Are we seeing progress, and what change can we see after all this? If all that we've done has not led to a reduction dramatically, what more will another lecture do?
Yeah, we continue to talk. We continue to put pressure. I believe that it's through the talking that maybe the president is now saying that we are in an emergency. We need
Crisis situation, yeah.
So we don't need to stop.
Right.
And we should come from various perspectives.
Right.
I believe that the church itself, as an institutional church, must begin to preach this in the pulpit. Apply the gospel to these areas as well.
Right.
Because we have these businessmen, we have these leaders, we have these strong men coming to church.
They bring their tithe.
They bring it. We Galamsey
and
tithe.
we pray for them.
So we need to address it from the pulpit as well. And I believe this lecture is going to challenge us to begin to look at things differently. It's difficult, but any mountain, we believe by the Spirit of God, can be toppled.
Amen.
So
I believe that too. Is there? I mean, the lecture is the icing, is the highlight of the event. But is there anything else that we should look forward to when we come?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Uncle TB really believed in was the advancement of missions.
Okay.
And so, as part of the lecture, in fact, since the inception of the lecture, year upon year, we've tried to do some fundraising just to create a fund.
Okay.
Basically to possibly push what Uncle TB believed in, and which is the mission part. So apart from the lecture, we are hoping to wrap up with some fundraising activity or that.
Okay.
But let me quickly mention that beyond the speaker who is obviously Professor Frimpong, Watson, we are also expecting.
I'm seeing a familiar face on your flyer.
Yes, we are also expecting Mr. Samuel Atamensa, who is the CEO of Citi FM, actually
the Abonte father himself,
to moderate this year's lecture.
Abonte father, he'll be doing Galamsey on a Galamsey lecture. Hey, Abonte father. Oh man. Wow, that's exciting. So it's happening tonight, 6 p.m. British Council. It's happening. We'll all be there. Is there a number to call? Is there a number to send donations if we want to support?
Oh, there is. There is. So, I mean, you can call this number. I'm 02433 62521.
Okay, 02433
02433 62521.
Okay.
Yes, you can call anytime and
Great.
we'll say, we definitely will.
Fantastic. So it's the 8th Dankwa Memorial Lecture and Missions Fundraising 2025. It's happening at the British Council. Please do well to be there. Christian leaders, Christian professionals, we are looking at how we can respond in a godly manner to the ethical, environmental, developmental dilemma that Galamsey has become. Reverend Akhlija, thank you so much for passing through together with Isaac Mensa Newton and then of course Susan Affo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for passing through. Wish you all the best into this program. Nice one. Now, from Galamsey and a godly response to same, I've been interacting with Bishop Emeritus James Sarr to speak about the Global Prayer Work Summit. It starts today, it's ending on Saturday. So we've been talking about the revival, we're expecting the speakers and how you can be a part of it. So here's me sitting down with Bishop Emeritus James Sarr. Enjoy. We're joined in the studio by Bishop Emeritus James Sarr of Action Chapel International. Bishop, it's good to see you as always.
Thank you. Even a while.
I hear you and I watch you on TV and all, and I always wonder, is this man really in his 70s?
I don't know what to say.
No, what's the secret? Because you look as young as any young person I know.
It's the grace of God.
Wow.
It's the grace of God. When you get there, it will be the same.
I pray so. It's good to have you in the
Thank
studio,
you.
really. And we're talking about the Global Prayer Work Summit.
Yes.
I've been
It's
hearing.
coming on live.
Yes.
From today.
Oh, it's starting today.
Today is Thursday.
Yes,
and
correct.
then we go to Friday.
Right.
And then Saturday. So we'll give you the rundown. As
Excellent.
we get into
Excellent. Bishop, what is the Global Prayer Work Summit? What are we talking about?
For all that you've heard, the Global Prayer Work Summit is a spiritual gathering. It brings together intercessors, pastors, leaders, believers around the world, and basically to engage in prayer for families, communities, and nations. Archbishop recently has been talking about state of emergency.
Right.
Some people may get into panic mode, but no, prayer is an answer to everything.
Absolutely.
And so in these times when there's too much uncertainty around the world, the church must be the beacon of hope. And this is a major factor for addressing that.
Absolutely.
The prayer works.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, anytime we raise the issue of prayer, a lot of people say, oh, Africans, we pray too much. Ghanaians, we pray. We spend time to work to pray. We are fond of praying. And then when we move to systems that work, we don't pray as much. Why is it significant that we all involve ourselves in the Global Prayer Work Summit?
Oh, that's a good question. It's significant because prayer is a key to the resolution of many problems, in addition to capacity building and other things. But given the team, the Archbishop was led by God to give that Psalm 85 verse 6.
Right.
Revive us again.
Right.
There's a tendency for us to get into stillness, into
complacency.
a state of complacency. And so once in a while, we need a jab in the arm.
The
And
wind
this
of
very
revival.
good. Yes. And that's exactly what the Archbishop has in his mind, to create a platform for folks to come back across all political platforms, from the marketplace, from different spheres of worship, to come and pray, to raise a new fervor, a new zeal for the things of God.
What I love about these prayer summits is the ministers you assemble to, ginger the body of Christ. Who are some of the ministers, both in word and music, that we are expecting for this year's Global Prayer?
In the wisdom of God, the Archbishop has given us a very strong assembly of preachers. We have Reverend Istudanaba, largely known for his teaching on righteousness and divine order.
Absolutely.
He's a very popular face here.
Solid.
And also Reverend Dr. Ampia Kofi, a healing evangelist.
The prayer
and prophet.
man.
Oh, yes.
Man
You
of
can
prayer.
bet. We are going to have a piece of him. And then Bishop Bernard Ujiri Asare, a revivalist. He's been preaching at conventions and other places.
Fantastic.
It's also a very strong force.
Wonderful.
And they'll all be there. And Archbishop himself will be leading the charge.
Fantastic.
Talking about those who lead in worship and
Yeah.
praise,
Yeah.
to also undergird the program, we have Joe Metal.
Right.
These folks don't need introduction.
Solid.
And Samiani, she's a white lady from France.
Okay.
And also Sandra Boachi-Dia. And then, of course, Voices of Triumph.
Excellent.
Our world famous choir.
Amazing stuff. Amazing. So I am understanding, obviously, that Papa Archbishop is the host. Action Chapel is hosting this.
Yes.
And so it's why I'm not asking that. It goes without saying, isn't it? But what's the theme and what does it mean? What are we driving towards? You touch on revival, but I want you to go in depth a bit.
Oh, just slightly as a sidebar, the theme is still Psalm 85 verse 6.
Correct.
Revive us again.
Revive us again.
Again, at least gaining expression from the scripture, back to back, different scriptures. The Bible talks a lot about revival. And from what I've seen, 46 years or thereabout in the church, in ministry.
46 years.
I think so.
My goodness.
45,
Wow.
81 to now. It's a long time, about 45. Yes,
Emeritus.
I've seen, revival. When you go into history, the great awakening, somebody must take responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody must have the revelation to drive it, whether it's Jonathan Edwards, whether it's Charles Finney, or the Billy Sunday. Archbishop we call him the apostle of strategic prayer.
Mhm.
So it's a burden he has.
Right.
And then he moves along the nation and other people with him. I personally think when I look at it, the world is in a state of decay.
Sure.
It's a fallen world.
Sure.
And prayer and revival brings an awakening and a
Absolutely.
stirring.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Bible tells us that we should call upon the Lord.
Yeah.
We should stir ourselves up like Elijah, like Elisha,
Yeah.
and the others. And I have a simple statement that God generates, Satan degenerates, God regenerates.
My goodness.
The regeneration is the revival.
Right.
Things get into monotony, into stillness, and then God comes in to give us a
Favor.
revival. Yeah,
Mm.
whether it's Jonah going to Nineveh and all that, somebody must take the charge.
Right.
And it's a big responsibility the
Right.
Archbishop has taken.
Right.
And the last statement, for instance, is God acts.
Mm.
Satan reacts to mess the situation, put us in the state where the church gets into boredom, no evangelism, holiness is gone, slave queens are taking the, over the stage and things like that. But we've got to go back to the word of God, to holiness. But that must take the hand of God and intervention.
Right.
And so then God acts, Satan reacts, and God counteracts.
Oh,
so
solid.
revival means God comes back to town.
Solid.
And it's a very
When
important
God comes back to town. Amazing.
So I think that's the slogan.
I look
now.
forward to it.
Revival is when
God
God
comes to
back
town.
to town. He has come
Amazing.
before,
Yes.
but we're asking him to come back.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to it. So it's starting today.
Today,
Give us the time, the schedule, and then for the rest of the
we
days.
have the morning session, afternoon session, and evening session,
Right.
9, 2, and 5.
Right.
9, 2, and 5.
Right.
So you cannot say you will not be able to attend any of the slots. You can come in.
Okay.
You can go in now. You can choose to come in the afternoon.
Okay.
You can choose to come in the night, and will be available.
So this is going all the way to Saturday, I believe. Saturday is the final day, or Sunday
Yes,
is the
Saturday,
climax.
Archbishop will be addressing some special programs
Okay.
on Saturday, Next Gen, and special program leadership training and things like that.
Right.
That also will be factored in. Next Gen youth, young adults empowerment. It's open to the public. It's also for pastors, business leaders,
Right.
and particularly ND, that's Nicholas Duncan Williams Ministry affiliates and partners.
Okay.
Papa will have a meeting with
Amazing.
them. And then early in the morning, we'll have, I think, run down properly. The final day for it will be the morning glory, an official closing session from 7 a.m.
Right.
to 9 a.m.
Right.
So let's get it clear. The final day, which is Saturday, or 19th, we'll have the morning glory.
Okay.
It's classified as morning glory, and the official closing session from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then at 9 a.m., there'll be 2 breakout sessions.
Right.
On Saturday, leadership breakfast with the Archbishop.
Okay.
For pastors, business leaders, NDWM, that's
Associates.
Nicholas Duncan
Amazing.
Williams, ministry and affiliate partners. And then we have Next Gen, the next generation, young folks, young adults, empowerment. It's also
Fantastic.
open to the public.
That's exciting. I imagine the place will be overwhelmed with people because people will be coming
for the
all over
avoidance
the
of
place.
doubt,
Yeah.
It's free.
Oh, great.
It's free. Admission is completely free.
Fantastic.
But registration is required.
Okay.
Participants must register online
Okay.
on gpwsummit.org.
GPWsummit.com.
Yeah, I think you should get it.
Okay.
www.
Yeah.
GPW, that's
Yeah.
global
Prayer Works.
Yeah, so gpwsummit.org to receive
.org.
updates and
Okay.
secure access
Okay.
to special.
Will there be transportation support?
Yes, a special arrangement has been made, and that's also free.
Oh, okay.
Free bus
Lovely.
transportation will be provided daily
I love it.
to help attendees traveling in and out of the venue.
But clearly, looking at the scale of this, I'm not sure we can all come. For as many as are willing to, certainly we should come. But are there opportunities for us to join in? For example, if we are not within the jurisdiction and want to plug in, is there a way we can join in via television or
That's a
online?
good question. Absolutely. It's been taken. Absolutely. That's for those unable to attend in person.
Yeah.
Naturally, a few may not. All sessions will be streamed live. And for the benefit of our hearers, we have Facebook.
Great.
We'll be on Facebook. We'll be on YouTube and X via Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams official pages.
Okay.
And then you're also aware We have Dominion TV free to air.
Fantastic.
And then we have DSTV channel 352. And then Go TV channel 215.
Right.
I think
the options are available.
Yes, I think it's worth going over again.
Right.
So for those who want to participate online or via television, absolutely free. For those unable to attend in person, all sessions will be streamed live. We have Facebook, we have YouTube and X via Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams official pages. And then our own Dominion TV free to air.
Fantastic.
And then we have DSTV channel 352. And then we have Go TV channel 213.
Right.
So this ensures a truly global audience to participate.
Amazing.
We expect a huge attendance. Interest has been very high. People are calling. Already for information, folks are in from many countries around the world.
Amazing.
I've seen a couple of people from America
Wonderful.
and friends from other West African countries.
Amazing.
They have come already hanging out.
We're excited. We're excited to see the stream of revival that's billowing from the altar, and we're grateful. Finally, what will be your final word to our listeners, all those who are listening to us? What final word would you like to leave with us and the nation as a whole?
There's a time for intense prayer, prophetic utterance, the word, and spiritual renewal.
Fantastic.
You can have any of this and much more. Yeah, and Archbishop has been doing this for information, the last 20 years.
Amazing.
But it's largely in America, both North and South America, and also in Europe. For instance, last year I was in England and participated in it. Amazing. The whole place was jam-packed in the last 20 years. So this is first outing here.
Wow.
So it's an opportunity of a lifetime for folks who've not had access. A time of intense prayer, prophetic impartation, strong worship, and also spiritual renewal. I can bet you will not live the same. And I'm inviting you personally.
We'll be there.
I'll see you on the front row.
Most definitely. Bishop Emeritus James, thank you so much for joining us in the studio. So it's top of the hour. Thank you so much for doing the listening. Ajubi Rafia Kintin joins us for the news at 10.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Office of the Special Prosecutor charges Mustafa Hamid and 9 others in 280 million cedi scandal. And Ghana Education Service restores PTAs in all senior high, technical and STEM schools. The details now. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, has charged 7 individuals and 3 companies in connection with a 280 million cedi extortion and money laundering scheme allegedly perpetrated within the National Petroleum Authority, NPA. The accused include former Chief Executive Officer of the NPA, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, along with other current and former staff of the authority, and directors of private companies believed to have facilitated the laundering